And what about my old battery?
We can recycle it right here at America's #1 battery destination.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
GMFS, changing lives.
T. Brown here, CEO of GMFS Mortgage, which we started in Baton Rouge in 1999. Thanks to you, we're celebrating our 25th anniversary. That's 25 years of helping thousands of you get into your dream homes, 25 years of helping thousands of you refinance to the best rate possible, and 25 years of helping many of you consolidate debts. The last 25 years would not have been possible without you, our clients, and our over 200 employees who come together every day through our Baton Rouge area offices and headquarters to provide you with award-winning customer service. If you're in the market to buy, build, renovate, or refinance, do what thousands of Louisianans have done over the past 25 years. Go to gmfsmortgage.com to start the process now and give us a chance to personally say thank you.
GMFS, changing lives.
GMFS NMLS number 64997 is an equal housing lender. Mortgages are originated at 7389 Florida Boulevard, Suite 200A, Baton Rouge, LA 70806, subject to credit and property approval.
Hey fellas, it's Gordy Rush inviting you to get your hair cut where me and my boys get our hair cut, Sport Clips. Sport Clips specializes in hair care for men and boys in a sports-themed environment with Guy Smart stylists. Sport Clips is known for their MVP treatment, a precision haircut, massaging shampoo, the hot towel, and relaxing neck and shoulder massage every time. Now 6 locations in Baton Rouge, including my hometown of Central. Sport Clips, the pros in men's hair.
That was one hell of a game, huh?
Head to 104.5 ESPN's YouTube channel for Whiskey and Wine with Moscona and T-Bob. Coming at you live and rowdy from Don Juan's Cigar Bar all season long, immediately after the game. Sponsored by Got Lid and Home Fields Apparel.
At Lewis Mechanical, no plumbing job's too big or too small, and we have the best technicians around. Lewis Mechanical specializes in both commercial and residential plumbing repairs.
Lewis Mechanical, keeping plumbing humming.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers, LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 7 a.m. here on Tuesday, October 1st. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect partly cloudy skies with a high of 91 in hour 1 of today's show. We'll talk some big-time quarterback recruits that have received an offer from LSU, and we'll recap both games that occurred on Monday Night Football. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN, and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Our number 1 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let's go, baby, let's go!
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yo! What's going on, yo? T-Bob, Jake, Alondra, and Taylor hanging out with you. That's right, baby. Hit it.
It's officially that time. October 1st, spooky season is here. Get your decorations up, children, and get ready to go trick-or-treating for your candy. To have a night of fun and mischief and smashing pumpkins in costumes.
So excited, dude. Neighborhood's starting to pop off. Decorations everywhere. Finally caught up on Rings of Power last night, which means I can enter into the horror movie list that Taylor gave me. I'm very excited about that. Man, I love this time of year. Don't let it cool off, you know? Don't let it cool off a little bit. Don't let me get any fall up in this thing, or I will paint myself orange and call myself T-Pump. Because, God, it feels good when it's cold and it's October. What's up, Jake? How we feeling, dude?
I don't love T-Pump.
Yeah. They used to call me at the Diddy Freak-Offs.
Oh, okay, 702.
No rules in spooky season. All bets are off, kids. A night when the thin veneer of reality between our world and the others thins to the point of nothing. Things have a way of leaking through. Goblins, ghouls, demons. Never know what's going to happen on Hallows Eve. Taylor, what movie are you going to watch first as our in-house horror expert?
Something I've never seen. I got to do deep dives.
Tough word to say there. Sounds like it called Taylor something else.
Yeah.
Horror expert.
I don't know. Something new. I was looking at a couple movies.
So you're not going to start with a classic?
Nah. I usually do classic closer to like the day of Halloween. I usually start with like a newer
Makes
newer
sense.
flick and
I
kinda go
don't
backwards.
hate it. Are you going to go with one that is like is just scary enough, or are you going to ones that also try to invoke a bit of the feeling of Halloween?
So again, I usually do the Halloween ones more like
Closer
towards-
there. Okay, so
closer
this
to
could
Halloween.
just be a scary
This could
movie.
be anything. This could be
Okay.
like the haunted house scare.
Yeah.
Some slasher dude, something paranormal. I mean, this could be anything.
God, I'm excited, man. What a time of the year. I want to know your must-watches, chat. Bayou Ford YouTube chat. Get in there, youtube.com/1045 ESPN. Give me your must-watch this month. For me, it's probably one of them would be the original Nightmare on Elm Street. It is. I came to it late. Never saw it as a child because I was just way too scared of it. Finally watched it a few years ago. Its vibes are unreal. Freddy Krueger remains to me one of the most terrifying villains in that if he was real, you like can't escape.
Yeah.
You know, like you are cooked no matter what. And you know, as someone who actually saw Stranger Things before I ever saw Nightmare on Elm Street, you really see just how impactful that movie was in influencing so much of Stranger Things. Do you have a absolute must-watch spooky movie?
I mean, besides Ernest Scared Stupid?
No, it could be Ernest Scared Stupid.
I mean, naturally.
Shout out. Is it Ernest Morrill? Ernest P. Morrill? Is that his name?
Ooh.
I saw some old headshots of him the other day where he was doing every emotion.
Oh,
And he
I've
has
seen
like
that
such an
before.
expressive face. It was wild.
I don't know
It's like
that
Jim
I have
Carrey level.
I mean, I don't know that I have one go-to. Definitely, like if I watch a scary movie, like 80s vibes is typically the way that I go. I feel like that was like the real sweet spot of scary movies.
Yeah, me and
like involve a mall somehow.
Me and my boy John. John kicked it off for me the other day when we were hanging out at Rouse's on Friday. He didn't have to work, so we could watch stuff on his phone, and we watched all of 1988's The Blob.
Oh,
The
Blob.
Great 80s vibes. Very funny, very good practical effects in The Blob. Some really, really grotesque practical effects that actually hold up quite nicely. Alondra, Taylor, do y'all have a guaranteed I'm watching this sometime this month?
So my go-to classic Halloween movie is Halloween. Like
makes sense.
Those were probably the first scary movies that I watched as a kid, and I'm just obsessed with them. But also, I love me a classic Nightmare Before Christmas. Also,
Interesting.
Coraline.
Okay.
Coraline's
Yep.
goated.
Yep.
So I have to throw those in there because they're the best.
A couple of great Tim Burton animations. He did Coraline as well, right? Tim
Yeah.
Burton did.
Feels like he did,
not?
yeah.
I remember having a Coraline 3D Blu-ray
Corpse Bride is great too.
back then. I've never seen Corpse Bride.
it's
Maybe I need to
awesome.
change that with the kids. I'll watch it with the kids.
Corpse Bride is one of the best ones, yeah.
But I never had a 3D TV or anything. They had a Coraline Blu-ray that came with those cardboard cheap little foldable 3D glasses that you could put on and it had a little 3D effect. What happened to 3D TVs actually?
I don't think the TV or was it like
no? They
the
used
actual...
to have They used to have They had glasses like dedicated dedicated to your television. They were 3D TVs, so they were trying to sell for a while. But it turns out, it's kind of a lot to deal with.
You got to keep up with them. The kids have to not break them.
And it's like, does everybody want to sit down and put glasses on to watch this thing?
Right.
I mean, 3D movies. Where are they at now? I feel like I haven't seen one in a hot minute.
They're at the same spot that
not-
the HD Xbox is at.
They're just
HD
not
DVD never
enjoyable.
worked. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm dumb because I did love them for years, but I feel you. Like, I don't really want to watch Dune through glasses. Like, Dune's beautiful. I want to watch Dune just with my eyes.
Right? Like, I think when I watched Spy Kids once in 3D,
Hell
I
yeah.
was like, this is cool. And then I never watched another 3D.
You want to hear some old internet that is not going, and even Spy Kids 3D is interesting because that was kind of before the 3D craze, because I'll never forget this. This is such a distinct memory, and this is distinctly old internet. Me and my buddy went to Spy Kids 3D to get a pair of cheap 3D glasses simply to be able to watch a 3D Homestar Runner video on with Strong Bad. Do y'all even know who Strong Bad or Homestar Runner is?
No.
No.
Okay. Trogdor the Burninator?
I've heard of Burninator.
Nothing?
No, I also don't know who that is.
Burninator?
This is like some, I don't know,
Is
man.
anything close to the Shermanator?
Wait, what is a Shermanator from?
He's from American Pie.
Yes. No.
Oh,
yeah. Anyway, Taylor, give me your go-to, then we'll dive into the show.
I always watch one of the Sauls just every year.
I forgot that you're a Saul fan.
I like the second one the best. That's my favorite.
You like the second one the best?
Yeah, because it's different than all the others.
I
It's
mean,
not the same old.
I don't hate the House of Horrors gimmick.
Yeah.
Is pretty good. I'll never forget old boy being thrown into a pile of hypodermic needles.
Yeah.
It still sticks out in my head.
But yeah, it's different than all the others. Like, they're not in traps; they're against each other, type of thing. So,
But the first one's like actually a good movie. The first one's like actually a classic, really good movie. I don't know if I can say that about the second one necessarily. It is fun though.
but
it is fun.
And then I also watch. This is me and my wife, Hocus Pocus, every year.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Hocus, I mean, that goes without saying. Hocus Pocus and Halloween Town will both get watched. The funniest part about Hocus Pocus is just clowning old boy for being a virgin the whole time. It's like, what guys? He's like,
his little sister said, "They
like I grow up a little bit. Like, give him some time. What are we talking about?"
He meets the the cool guy
Yeah.
at the party or whatever. She goes, "Yeah, this is my brother. He's a virgin."
I know. I'm like,
what are we
what
doing?
the heck, guys? Relax. I never saw Hocus Pocus 2. Maybe I'll check it out. Anyway, all right. Let's go ahead, talk a little Monday Night Football, get this show started.
It's time to get to work, courtesy of Tiger Labor and Staffing, where they can help take care of screening, training, payroll, and more. Now, for starters.
Hey guys, Tiger Labor 7 has the shortest wait period in the industry, okay? Very easy. Transfer top talent on your payroll quickly. They personally vet the workforce, so all your staffing needs, whether we're talking short-term or long-term. They're not just forwarding resumes to you, but they're interviewing and dispatching in person every morning at 5 a.m. So, dealing with no call, no shows this morning, you're short-staffed, give them a call today. Let Tiger Labor 7 meet your workforce needs. Guys, we saw NFL history last night on Monday Night Football. To be fair, I didn't watch much of it. Episode 7 of Rings of Power is incredible, but we can get there later. Jared Goff set an NFL record last night, a perfect 18 of 18. And what's crazy, Jake, not a check down 18 of 18. 18 of 18 for 292 and 2 touchdowns. Also had a receiving touchdown as well.
Had more receiving touchdowns than incompletions.
The Lions beat the Seahawks 42-29. It's the first time they've beaten the Seahawks since 2012. But again, to give you an idea of how crazy this record is, Kurt Warner had the record at 10 of 10 in a game of in 2005. So he nearly doubled the amount of attempts, maintained perfection, and now Jared Goff's name officially in the NFL record books.
Yeah, I watched way more of this game than I did the rock fight between the Titans and Dolphins. And the Lions are going to be okay. You know, we kind of forget about them a little bit. They only lost one game. They're 3-1. Yeah, they're gonna be great. And, I mean, Jared Goff has just been so good over the last 3 years for them. They have so many different weapons as well. Like, Jameson Williams also is coming on. He was a first-round pick that dominated college football. We kind of forget about him because he gets injured and battles through injuries, but he had a 70-yarder last night. We know they have Sam Laporta. We know they have St. Brown. They got 2 starting stud running backs in David Montgomery and obviously Gibbs there. So the Lions are a lot of fun to watch, man. And if Goff's playing like that, they're going to be a hard out for anyone. Because we know, like, also with the defense, as far as the pass rush, now that, they've still got some deficiencies as far as covering people, but I mean, like Aiden Hutchinson getting after people, I don't know, man. You know me, and you know the Lions, and I love Campbell and the grit and the whole deal, but like that's the best version of who they can be last night.
Yeah, I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs added like 78 and 2 tuds, I think, on the ground. He also did he throw that touchdown or did St. Brown?
St. Brown.
I like his comment after the game too. St. Brown gave Goff a 7 out of 10 on his wheel route. Said it's not really that complicated route, and also said throwing the ball wasn't that hard. So shout out Amon-Ra St. Brown. Yeah, I mean, look, if you were to tier the NFC right now, what would the Lions be? I mean, certainly top 3, right? Who would be number 1 in the NFC right now?
The Vikings.
Who am I missing? Oh, wow.
They're 4-0. The only 4-0 team.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Well, I would actually probably put the Lions above the Vikings, though, just because we've seen them do it before, go a little further. And maybe I believe a little more in Jared Goff than Sam Darnold. Maybe I'm just being a hater.
You look at, top point differences in the league, and the Saints are actually, funny enough, tied for first with the Vikings, plus 57.
There we go.
But you're 2-2.
See, that I know, but that makes me feel like maybe the Vikings, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. The Lions... Lions have I never thought I would say this. The Lions are a consistently good NFL team now.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's going to be the 3rd year in a row. Made the playoffs 2 years ago, barely. Really made it handily last year. Did well. Did they end up dropping first round, or did they win one and then lose barely last year?
No, they went to the NFC Championship game and blew the lead.
Yes.
Okay. We were watching it on the way.
Yes. Okay, that's what I'm saying. So I would still trust
the Senior Bowl.
Yes, I have no problem putting the Lions, even with a loss, as maybe the number 1 team in the NFC right now. It's crazy. They're consistently good. Dan Campbell really has created everything that he envisioned when he first got that job.
So I'd put those 2 teams in there, and then I think we have to start having a conversation about the Commanders.
Uh-oh. Sorry, Tay-Tay. NFC East, no longer the Cowboys.
Hey, I put it in the doc.
It's funny. You actually put it in right as I was putting in Jaden Daniels in the exact same segment of the show, because Bill Barnwell has a write-up on how historic Jaden Daniels' start has been in this season, and it is mind-boggling. The one thing I'll say that boggled my mind yesterday was a Barstool tweet where they pointed out that right now Jaden Daniels has led more scoring drives than he has in completions. He's led 23 scoring drives and just 19 incompletions. That don't make no sense. I don't understand that at all.
He has been incredible, and it's been really with his poise and not panicking and knowing when to run, knowing when to keep his eyes downfield, knowing when to hit his check down. All of those things typically come later on when you're a young quarterback. Like, you don't get those right out of the gate, but he has done that. And just to watch him not panic and not try to do too much, because, look, he's got a skill set that could do as much as you want him to do, but he's really done a nice job of knowing when to use every aspect of, the different skills that he has. And so it's no real surprise that he's playing well, but I mean, this is historic numbers so far.
So it's already here. Let's just go ahead and burn some of these crazy numbers. Jared Goff entering the history books last night. How about this? Jaden Daniels on Sunday. God, my allergies are bad. Jaden Daniels on Sunday just became the first player, Jake, in NFL history to complete at least 85% of his passes in consecutive games. Yeah. Already, Jaden Daniels now has
he almost went
an NFL record.
I mean, I'm sure you have it in there, but I mean, almost going 3 games without punting.
Yeah, I mean, we know that's the first time a team's ever done that 2 games in a row. And then, yeah, like you said, 1 punt on Sunday, so damn near did it. A 3rd game in a row could have extended that record even longer. So how about this? Conversion rate is it's not exactly like stop. Remember we talked about stop rate last year, where it's okay, the other team gets the ball. How often is it in a score versus something else? Conversion rate is like you have the ball, and on first down, what percentage of the time are you either getting a first down or a touchdown without turning it over and punting it, right? So, like, what you get the ball, what's the percentage chance that will end in a first down? Right now, they have an 85.3 conversion rate. Bill Barnwell looks at every team since 2007 in their first 4 games to see, okay, who was better. Only the 2021 Chiefs, 2007 Patriots, and 2020 Packers are better. And then you look at the teams behind, and it's the crazy Broncos offense is in there. Basically, the
13,
only
12 or 13.
Yes, 13. Yeah. The only quarterbacks that are around him are Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, Peyton Manning, and Aaron Rodgers quarterback teams. Like Jaden Daniels is the only one that has an offense humming at levels that those guys had there. And to be fair, Barnwell kind of argues, too, that he's doing it with a bit of a lesser supporting cast.
That's what I was about to say. I mean, and he's spreading the ball amongst the supporting cast that he has. I mean, they've got, some nice weapons, but he doesn't have what some of the other rookies have. Like, he didn't have what Caleb Williams has, I don't think, as far as receiver. I mean, Zach Ertz is the second leading receiver on this team, right? You've got Noah Brown, who gets cut by the Texans, and right now, like, he is a guy that Jaden's been counting on. And Luke McCaffrey, and they're running the football well. Austin Eckler has had a nice couple of plays. I mean, they don't have the who's who of weapons out there. They've got some nice pieces. Yeah. I don't want to, besmirch them completely.
McLaurin's awesome.
McLaurin's awesome, and the rest of them have had a better day. They're a little bit long in the tooth in their NFL career.
Zechariah or whatever. They said he was like
Zacchaeus.
Zacchaeus, yes.
And he's bounced around.
He was Philly's 4th receiver last year. How about this? So we all know about EPA, expected points added, just a metric that tries to break down how good are you on a play-by-play basis. If you look at expected passing situations, so when the defense knows you have to throw the ball, Jake.
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels has the highest EPA in the NFL. Why that matters is this is when rookies are supposed to struggle because defensive coordinators know they have to throw it. They can get exotic. They can confuse them. Bo Nix is 26 out of 29. Caleb Williams is 27 out of 29. And Jaden Daniels is number 1. So not only is he not overwhelmed, but he looks like he is underwhelmed. Like he knows exactly where to go with the ball.
They've played 4 games, and their punters punted 4 times.
Shout out Tressway. Big chillin'. Big chillin'.
And is it comical to me and to us down here watching Jaden play for LSU that Caleb Williams told his punter that he wasn't going to punt?
Yeah, it's hilarious. It could not be more perfect. It really could not work out more perfectly. All right, let's go to break. When we get back, I want to take a look at this AP Top 25. LSU right where they need to be. More OTB coming up next.
Off the bench.
Go to trashrangers.com, trashrangers.com for all your waste management needs, guys. Trash removal services here in South Louisiana, they are the experts. They're local. They got incredible reviews. If you live in Livingston or Ascension, you probably see those red cans popping up at all your neighbors' homes. Go ahead and make the switch as well. They'll text you the night before that's your day, so you never forget again. Your stupid husband will finally get off your back. And look, if you're a business owner and you need front load dumpsters emptied up to 6 days a week or any roll-off dumpsters, they got you as well. TrashRangers.com.
Yeah, when you go to the website, look at the very bottom. You can sign up for residential service, commercial service, and the roll-off dumpsters we tell you about. All that right there on the homepage, TrashRangers.com.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want it. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Join us at Pro Dreams in Mandeville for our special event, A Day of Champions. Meet LSU National Championship winning head coaches Jay Johnson, Skip Bertman, and Paul Maneri. Don't miss your chance to purchase authentic sports memorabilia, autographed by the champions themselves. It's the perfect opportunity to celebrate LSU baseball and take home a piece of history. Visit pro-dreams.com to get your tickets. See you there.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
BRAC teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. BRAC, your #1 park system in the nation.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a
Welcome back to the best morning sports show around. Sorta. It's Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Right next to is a hot dog, a sandwich, is the conversation, is Nightmare Before Christmas a Halloween or Christmas movie, guys?
I think it's both.
It's just both. It's right.
Both.
It's like a hot dog. It's whatever. It doesn't matter. It's both.
hot dog.
You want to watch it at Halloween? Sure. You want to watch it at Christmas? Go ahead. They're both great. It works on both levels. I was always terrified of this movie growing up. My kids love it.
It's great.
Yeah. Really off-kilter musical score from Danny Elfman. Really fantastic stuff. It like doesn't sound like it's just got such a weird vibe to it that gets stuck in your head and actually works. Did anything else happen in the Titans-Dolphins game worth talking about? I mean, I know the Dolphins are obviously lost without Tua. Shout out Will Levis. I don't think he's good. I think it's unreal how he's kind of never been good, like really good on any level of football, but he does play hard as hell. My guy's out here just throwing his body on the line day after day. I don't know how the Titans arrived at a point where like they're committed to Will Levis, but it doesn't matter. He's fun to watch. He's a meme king. I was happy for him to get a win last night.
I don't think they are committed to Will Levis because Mason Rudolph went in that game and actually looked a little bit better. So, I mean, first drive of the game when Levis goes out.
He did commit to him after the game, though, at least.
No, yeah.
Will Levis.
Yeah, he said if he's healthy, he's 100% their quarterback, right?
Yeah.
We'll see.
The funniest part of
we'll see.
I did see a very funny Mason Rudolph video where a guy is with his girlfriend he's a Dolphins fan. He's in the stadium. And his girlfriend is showing him that Mason Rudolph's been trying to slide into her DMs. And so he's sitting there suffering at the hands of Mason Rudolph while Mason's trying to sneak in there. And to be fair, he's a real one. And he told his girlfriend that, look, he can have you. Like, I would trade you for a Dolphins win right now. I would give you up if the Dolphins would win this game.
Ooh,
So-
a week 4 win. They
Bro.
must not be together that long.
Or
That-
it just feels bad for Dolphins fans right now with Tua gone down.
That
bro.
relationship was already on shaky ground.
Desperate time, desperate measures. Okay, bottom line.
Exposing DMs is not cool.
Supposed to be a sacred place.
Right.
Well, let's also say though, like,
Yeah. If the Titans quarterback shooting his shot,
I mean, the thing is, like, I feel you, right?
All I'm saying is I've had people in my DMs that I could be like, oh look, but so that doesn't matter to me.
No,
If
I mean,
Mason
look,
Rudolph
you don't have. I mean,
I don't think that's cool.
I think it's to each their own. I think, look, if you are going to get horny online and you're going to get risky with your DMs, like, that's just the name of the game, okay? There ain't no
I
NDA.
guess.
There ain't no NDA here. Nothing says that this is going to
Very
stay
true.
private.
There's
like,
no NDA, but it's just
I don't know, man. I think it's the risk you run.
I feel like
Especially if
you have
you're
to
like,
tell
I mean,
your
that's
boyfriend
fair,
if the
but-
Titans quarterback hits you up.
like
You gotta tell him.
is Mason Rudolph married or something?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know that.
I don't know either.
I don't believe so.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, the bottom line is if you're out here sliding into DMs, you know, it's you that's just the risk you run. Now, I'm sure 90% of the time it never gets out there.
Yeah.
Right? 90, but every now and then something's gonna
And that's fair that you
Something's
run
gonna
the
happen.
risk, but I just
to
don't
each
think
their
that's
own.
cool.
To each their own. Excuse me. God, these allergies, dude, are getting me so bad. All right, let's go ahead then. So nothing in that game to talk about though. Dolphins cook, Titans still suck,
mean,
but good win.
Yeah, not really, just because, I mean, Tyreek and Waddle, like, you can see how frustrated they are right now. Nobody can get them the football. You know, even the running game, you got a couple running backs down. You've lost 3 in a row. It's bad.
All right, let's talk about the AP poll. The new top 25 dropped yesterday, Jake. And there's some interesting elements in here. First off, you have a top 5 that I think kind of looks like they're a bit separated from the bunch. It's Alabama, Texas, Ohio State, Tennessee, and Georgia. Now, granted, Ohio State still needs to play someone. I hate it. But right after Georgia, then you get to Oregon, Penn State, Miami, Mizzou. And already, after Team 9, Jake, it's kind of crazy. We're already into one-loss team territory.
Yeah.
Michigan at 10, USC 11, Ole Miss 12, LSU 13. That matchup really shaping up to be a kind of a borderline playoff elimination match in some ways. You have Notre Dame 14 and then Clemson at 15, which is crazy because I might take Clemson right now over all those other one-loss teams, right? Like, even with the bad Georgia loss, they've looked pretty explosive, really locked in and good since that Georgia loss. They played Georgia well for a half. Like, I'd probably take Clemson slightly over SC, Ole Miss, LSU, Notre Dame right now, maybe Michigan.
It's not even really what Clemson has done. Sure, they have looked better. They have scored points 66, 59, and 40 now. They've played 3 bad teams, but still, you went out there, you did what you had to do. But I think if you're looking at who's going to project maybe higher up, how do you not look at Clemson's schedule?
Yeah, no, their schedule. They should be 11-1. They really should.
At Florida State, at Wake Forest, 2 awful teams. UVA at home, Louisville at home, at Virginia Tech. That one could get a little frisky in November. At Pitt, and I think Pitt's good. Pitt's not.
Shout out Eli Holstein.
I don't think Pitt's going to beat Clemson. The Citadel. Now, South Carolina at home, the last game of the year. If South Carolina keeps on with the track that they're currently on, that one could be interesting. But to the point, they're going to be favored in all of those games.
Yeah, and pretty heavy favorites.
And they're going to be heavy favorites outside of Louisville and at Virginia Tech and maybe South Carolina.
So definitely a team to watch there. But look, as you can see, even with the USC loss, LSU firmly where they want to be, right there on the edge of playoff territory at 13. You go and get that Ole Miss win, you'll probably jump up a couple of spots, and all of a sudden, everything is right back on schedule. So you have 2 weeks to try to get prepared for this game. I can't wait to watch Ole Miss, South Carolina this weekend. Kind of a fact-finding mission for both. Shout out to UNLV. Still holding down 25th in the country. Haj Malik Williams going off this weekend at quarterback for UNLV. UNLV dominating. And then what do you know? Look at number 23. Google me. I win. Kurt Cignetti has the Indiana Hoosiers undefeated and back in the top 25. Take a bow, Cignetti. You're a friggin' legend.
Yeah, that is. I hadn't heard Google me in a long time, but that was the perfect use of it.
Yeah.
Well done, Cignetti. They're a good football team. There's no question about it. He has, been a guy that's always won. I think they can not win the Big Ten. I mean, let's don't be crazy, but I think they can beat one of the teams at the top, like a top 4 Big Ten team. Now, they're not going to do it every single week, but there's a couple of teams, I think we talked about it last week, in the Big Ten that can do that. By the way, rank Rutgers, you cowards.
Yeah.
Rutgers is barely even receiving votes.
I don't feel good about Rutgers, Nebraska. I don't feel good. I watched that Rutgers O-line mauling people the other day.
Do you now understand why in the preseason I kept bringing up Kyle Monangai?
Yeah, they're good. They're really good. They're really good. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
I mean, you can like Rutgers, though. I mean, nobody hates Rutgers.
I do.
How?
I've never been a Greg Schiano fan.
Why?
Because when he was with the Bucks, he was just so Bush League.
Because he played hard to the whistle?
Bruh. Jake, what would you do if your guy was going to take a knee?
Richard Seymour did it every time.
Your coach told him to go at the knees and try to get that thing.
Got to play till the clock hits 000.
So, in the words of PFT, are you a little Schiano man? Sing us a song, Schiano man.
I'll be Rutgers champion here. I got no problem being that.
Also, New Jersey. Yeah.
Wow.
Soprano sucks. No, I'm just kidding. Soprano sucks.
You're about to.
I know. Relax.
About to alienate half the people listening.
I know. I'm just kidding. Sopranos is great.
What's wrong with New Jersey?
Frank
Sinatra's from New Jersey.
So
Bon Jovi's from New Jersey.
Old Blue Eyes.
Snooki.
Bon Jovi sucks. I do like Snooki.
You don't care about Snooki?
Bon Jovi sucks?
Yeah,
Wait,
Bon Jovi sucks.
What?
Look at him.
All right.
He's got that. He's overly Botoxed. The hair's too much.
So is everybody else in Hollywood.
Hey, I mean, okay, great. He
Is
owns
this a real take?
He owns the Philadelphia Soul.
Is this a real take?
I mean, he's got a couple okay songs. I'm not a John Bond fan. I'll take JWoww and Snooks any day as my Jersey
I'll
representative.
take all 3 of them.
What about the boss? He's from Jersey.
The boss is cool. The boss is cool.
I don't know. I don't like your Bon Jovi hate. I'm gonna be real.
I know,
honest
this
with
is
you.
not-
Whatever, dude. I don't know.
It's kind of got me bothered.
I'm bothered by
Whitney
the Bon
Houston
Jovi.
from Jersey.
What are you? I mean, are you from Jersey? Like, relax, dude. Why don't you go?
Telling you all the great people, all the great artists from New Jersey. Rutgers is.
Why don't you go
a great
join a
football
union
team.
and collect protection payments from local businesses?
I don't know. I've been a part of union before.
True. You know what's weird about this top 25
Bruce
too?
Willis.
Oh, Bruce Willis is from Jersey. Wow, it's a strong list.
Hey, if y'all
Dennis
love it so
Rodman.
much, why don't you move there? Okay? Go to Atlantic City. Bye. Won't miss you.
That's a lie.
You know what's weird about this poll, Jake? No Big 12 teams, right? No Big 12 teams in the top 15. And then basically after that, it becomes the Big 12 with Iowa State, BYU, Utah. There's Oklahoma, but then Kansas State, a rash of Big 12 teams desperately trying to win the conference right there in that 16 to 20 range.
You probably hate on New Jersey because you just found out it was a state last year.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. It's so not worth my time that I wasn't even aware that it was an incorporated state. All right.
So sorry, real quick, to be serious. Yes, the Big 12. Shocked they're not in the top 15. Iowa State's a team we need to pay more attention to. They've only given up 29 points this entire football season. BYU has certainly held their own. Utah, the mind games of the Cam Rising, will he play, will he not play? Like, I'm over that.
Yeah.
That they're done. They're cooked. Get them out of here. I don't think they can come back from
You've
it.
let down Jake one too many times,
You
Kyle
have.
Whittingham.
You have. You can't be all meathead quarterback one and not play. Can't happen.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's a bad look for the all meathead team.
Can't do it.
I was going to ask you that.
Can't
like,
do it.
Yeah.
Can we take him off that list now?
Yeah.
He's never on the field. He went
No.
on the field last year.
There's a lot of candidates that have kind of proven themselves on the field. So we will make an adjustment, an addendum to the team.
All right, when we get back, I want to learn who the all meathead team's going to be, and we got some LSU quarterback recruiting news. Keep it locked here on Off the Bench.
Off the bench.
Go to Community Steel Company, communitysteelco.com, communitysteelco.com. Any size project, they got you guys. Okay? The only thing scary about Community Steel is how scary good the deals are. So whether you need metal roofing, sheet metal, trim, purlin, tubing, steel buildings, any steel accessories, best prices, local guys, Gonzales, Louisiana, Community Steel Company.
Yeah, go to the website, communitysteelco.com. Go to the top right corner. Click on Community Steel. Show you exactly where they're located. They've already been in the office for over 30 minutes now, waiting on you. They want you to come check out the showroom, see what they can do for you. That's throughout the state of Louisiana. And if you can't get there today, that is okay. You can always just pick up the phone, give them a call, let them know what you're looking for. That number is going to be 225-647-2020. Just throughout the state, take that number down, give them a call, and always online, as we mentioned, communitysteelco.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756.
Welcome back to more sports talk with some other stuff mixed in. Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Welcome back to OTB. Favorite Addams Family character?
Favorite what?
Addams Family character.
Oh, I thought you said Adam Sandler character.
Yeah, exactly.
For me, it's
Mr. Deeds.
For me, it's Uncle Fester.
It's Uncle Fester.
Yeah.
Good answer,
I was
Taylor.
going to say Uncle Fester.
When I was a chubby,
I do
pale,
love Wednesday, though.
Well, I've heard that people love that show. I haven't seen it.
Pretty good. I don't know about the show. I just love
I like The
Wednesday.
Thing.
Is that the hand?
Yeah.
Yeah, the hand that rolls around.
Hand is good.
I see you, Jake. Hey, now.
I mean, I'm thinking hand size. You could never.
Oh, hey, cool, man.
You could
I never thought about that. You're right. Thing's probably not a bad housemate to have. Yeah, when I looked like Uncle Fester, that's why I always liked him. When I was in 6th grade, uber pale, chubby, with a buzz cut, my passport photo straight up looked like Uncle Fester to the point where one time at the airport, I handed it to the security guard and they just started laughing.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Little bit of made me a little insecure at the time. Very funny looking back.
Well,
though.
I can imagine.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
He started laughing at you.
That's brutal.
That's a step too far. I mean,
yeah. It was a little much on that guy, you know.
The good news is they were like, no way is this thing fake. Like, he wouldn't have taken this.
Uncle Fester.
Go ahead.
I mean, I don't know how to say it except it looked exactly like Uncle Fester. A bit weird lighting in those passport rooms, you know, a little blown out. I was already pale, make me look a little extra pale. Probably not doing any favors. All right, actually, I think we need a little bit more runway to talk about the Nuss and Elijah Haven. So instead, let's go to your guys, Jake. The Atlanta Braves yesterday, in full coward fashion, them and the Mets just brother-in-law in it with each other, giving each other a game, saying, okay, let's both make the playoffs. Not in the way to honor Pete Rose, Charlie Hustle, the man who was ending careers in all-star games. How do you defend your guys, not my Cubs, how do you defend your Braves from brother-in-law accusations?
Yeah, the only thing your Cubs are defending is the offseason. They're in Cancun right now.
Fly the W.
No, I mean, it was earned. I mean, the Mets went out there, won a very exciting game. The Braves had the lead 3-0. The Mets scored 6.
Yeah, I heard that first game was absolutely
And then the Braves
madness.
come back and score 4, 7-6, and then the Mets score 2 there in the top of the 9th to take a lead. And then the Braves get a runner on second in the bottom of the 9th, not able to get him home. The Mets win 8-7. They go to the postseason. So if the
And
Mets,
you're doing live radio at this time.
yeah, and you know what? It was one of those things where I went ahead and mentioned it on air because I was like, I don't want the people to think I'm just distracted.
Are you freaking out?
No, not freaking out, but just letting the
Little bit of this
people
going
know
on.
exactly what's going on the TV. And so then they played the second game. And remember, if the Mets would have won the second game, then the Diamondbacks would have gone to the playoffs. The Braves would not. If either team would have swept, the Diamondbacks would have gone to the playoffs, but that didn't happen. The Braves win game 2, 3-0, and now it sets up a series against the San Diego Padres.
Weird visual watching the Braves and Mets celebrate together on the field, having both made the playoffs.
Yeah.
I get it because it's like, there's honor amongst your brethren. It's a long-ass season. Like, I get why you celebrate together, but what an odd, what is the old saying? Life makes for strange bedfellows? I don't know. Whatever. The point is, it was weird.
For the Braves to be without Ronald Acuna, who won the MVP
everybody.
last year, Spencer Strider, who's certainly a Cy Young candidate, Austin Riley's out. They missed Michael Harris for a long period of time.
Chris Sale's doing his best Cam Rising impression.
Yeah, like
telling his
They don't
manager
have
an
their
hour
former
before the
Cy
game,
Young
sorry,
pitcher.
can't go.
Yeah.
I know.
Hour before the game, he
And
tells
he's
Snicker
not-
can't go.
He's not expected to play
Not
versus
in the
the
series
Padres
at
either.
all.
No.
Yeah, I know.
They need
Ozzy
him.
Albies was out for a long time. So
Hard fought.
Yeah.
Fought. Good on the Braves, good on the Metropolitans.
yeah, Chris Sale, what are you doing? You're back?
Cam Rising, not a meathead.
No.
All right.
I think we need to start taking, candidates that need to replace him.
I agree. When we get back, now we could dive into LSU offering 2 premier 5-star young quarterbacks. What does it mean? Is it too much? More OTB next.
Off the bench.
Go to ColemanRoof.com. Coleman Roofing and Construction. The most complete, the most reliable, the most respected roofing company in all of Louisiana. And I say complete for a few reasons. It's any size project, commercial, residential, it's anywhere in the state. It's any type of roof, okay? I don't care if you got New Orleans slate, terracotta, shingles, whatever. They got certified installers for all the major brands. Integrity, quality, innovation. That's Coleman Roof. Coleman Roof Construction, ColemanRoof.com.
When you go to the website, you'll see in the top right corner all the different contact information throughout the state of Louisiana: Gonzales, Baton Rouge, Mandeville, Houma, Lafayette. But no, they can help you throughout the state. Certainly commercial. right? If you've got a major business and you need a new roof, you need to repair whatever it might be, they can help you. You see that right there on the homepage of the website. Go to colemanroof.com, colemanroof.com.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has back-to-school savings like $16,000 off 25 Ram 1500 trucks. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $16,000 off. All new Bayou vehicles come with a complimentary extended warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps are held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs, even in the case of an after-hours emergency. The light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
When my eyes beheld an eerie sight for my monster.
How quickly will this segment leave the rails? It's Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
He did the monster mash. Welcome back to Off the Bench. I did end up finding shoes in my office yesterday, guys. I forgot I had a custom pair.
Those are sweet too.
Of Grateful Dead kicks that actually I would need to credit the artist. I'll go find the box later. Real quick though, before I get distracted. LSU has offered a couple of elite 5-star quarterbacks in the 2027 class, Jake, and it makes for an interesting dynamic. First, you have Dunham quarterback Elijah Haven right down the road.
Yeah.
We talked about him. Calls LSU home, dream offer, whatnot. They officially offer him on Friday as if, like, you know, I mean.
Yeah. And I've been hearing Flynn talk about him for a long time.
Yeah.
Flynn, does some work out there, and he's talked about him like middle school. Like, this guy, watch him, he's going to be special. So maybe we can ask Matt more in detail about him tomorrow.
Yeah, and this is one of those offers where it's like, okay, yeah, it's official now, but like,
yeah, for sure,
it was already implicitly understood for a long time.
If you don't offer him,
you're fired.
Yeah.
But they have also offered 2027 5-star quarterback Colton Nussmeier. Of course, Nussmeier living in Texas and little brother of Garrett Nussmeier. And in classic little brother fashion, how the Nuss family's kind of painting it is that, yeah, like Garrett's good, but like here at Colton is he's grown up watching his brother, and he's maybe even better. And again, to be clear, Garrett Nussmeier is awesome, guys. I will continue with the theme of, because I was thinking about today, man, we are 5 games into this LSU football season.
I know.
And that sucks. It is moving so fast. It is moving so fast. Enjoy this. Enjoy the decision-making you're seeing from the quarterback. Enjoy that throw to Mason Taylor last week. Enjoy the Aaron Anderson throw a play or two later. But, yeah, you can see Colton there, even maybe a little taller than his brother. But what do you think, Jake? How do you manage having two maybe it's not fair to say hometown with Colton, but, 2 guys that you obviously have a lot of ties and inroads with, playing the same position, both very highly rated. How do you manage that situation?
I think you offer them both, you recruit both, and your hope is that you get one. It's not guaranteed that you're going to get one. Now you think you have a strong leg up, obviously, but if they're both going to be highly touted, and also whichever direction you feel like is best for who you currently have around them as well. You have to take that into account. They're different quarterbacks, and so you're going to have the opportunity, you would think, to be able to at least get one of them. Like the days of getting Flynn and Jamarcus in the same class are gone. Like that's not going to happen. But you even got, what was it, TJ Finley, Max Johnson?
You got Finley, Max Johnson, and then before that you got Miles Britt and Lowell Narcisse in the same class as well. So we've done this before.
I mean, you'll sign.
This feels a little bit different than even that though, because these are like 2 5-star quarterbacks.
Yeah, this would be a level up from.
So you feel like you're in a good spot. I mean, now you got to decide as a staff, like which one, maybe if they're both really interested, like which one do we put the full court press on? But you have to continue to recruit both until the finish line.
I guess you full court both, don't you? And then maybe see how they're feeling. Maybe one of them naturally starts to drift away, and then for now, I agree with you, Jake. You just be thankful that you have such great inroads with 2 guys that look to be very talented. And you just full speed ahead on both and just see where it goes.
I mean, the quarterback at Dunham, I haven't seen Nussmeier in game action, but if you don't have a son playing on Friday night, or there's not a big marquee matchup, and you just want to go watch somebody play, he's worth the price of admission himself.
Yeah, it's what the smoke in the street is. Big kid. Isn't he 6'4" already?
6'4", 210 as a sophomore.
Jeez, I was 5. I think I hit a growth spurt to get to 5'9", 180 as a sophomore or something.
Oh,
or maybe I finally hit 6'5". I can't remember.
I was 5'10", probably 230 as a sophomore.
A little bowling ball, something gun.
Yeah.
Is that? Nope, I'm not gonna say that.
Yeah, don't. If you're not going to, I would.
It's not overly crass, but it's only 7:55, so we'll just keep that on the tongue for now.
It was the talk of the town yesterday, you not having shoes. So shout out to all the listeners that knew T-Bob didn't have any shoes on yesterday, and they were offering to get you some.
Joke's on you, though, because I found a pair. And so I was able to walk in.
Actually, joke's on you because you might have got some more free shoes out of it.
That's true. Damn it. All right, hour 1 of the books, hour 2 of OTB coming up next.
Off the bench.
Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. I love being partnered with Goodwood because I believe in the product, man. YourGoodwood.com. Also, they're funny. They have that giant billboard that just says limp with a question mark. But that's the point, right? So often we take ourselves too seriously, take stuff too seriously, and we're too embarrassed to seek the help that we need. And so instead, we waste our lives going through being less than what we could be. So if it's ED, maybe you need to look at some hormone replacement therapy, you're just feeling low energy, get into Goodwood, get the consult, let them customize a plan to get you to your max potential, guys. Transparent, affordable, the best. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness, YourGoodwood.com.
Yeah, live your life without fear or embarrassment. You go to the website. You can schedule that appointment right there. Check out a full list of services they offer you on the website as well. That website is YourGoodwood.com, YourGoodwood.com.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial properties. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. here on Tuesday, October 1st. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect partly cloudy skies with a high of 91 in hour 2 of today's show. We'll look at some of the NFC standings, whether it's the NFC East, the NFC South. We'll talk it all, and we'll discuss some college football as well. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let's go, baby, let's go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Oh, my God. I dive into the Bayou Ford YouTube chat, which we've been talking so much. I haven't been hanging out in there a lot today. And the first thing I see is T-Bob has to get special shoes made by cobblers that look like Fern Gully. I guess because they're tiny little fairies. And then the next thing I see is Mayor McCheese and Officer Big Mac are in cahoots with the Hamburglar to bring in illegal Filet-O-Fish. Followed up with, can Mayor McCheese can Mayor McCheese explain why he's in a photo with T-Bob and P. Diddy? What in the hell are y'all talking about? What is going on?
We've seen the picture of you with P. Diddy.
That's okay. Again, that's a Photoshop. It is not me.
You know P. Diddy?
It's very convincing.
I was never at a freak off.
You haven't seen the picture?
I was never at a freak off. I may have said earlier.
Twitter.
I may have said earlier this show that my nickname was T Pump at those things, but that's not true. It's not true. And in fact, I only own 72 bottles of baby oil, a far cry from the 10,000 that my guy that I've never met before has been accused of having owned. Jonah Berman, Goosebumps had me messed up as a kid. Sounds like a rewatch. Which Goosebumps are we talking about?
Ooh, Ooh, if we're talking scary TV shows, the first season of American Horror Story traumatized me. Yeah.
Yeah, really good. The school shooter scene is kind of it's like a lot of horror, any kind of dark art. It definitely it's intense. Like it pushes some buttons, but it is memorable. It's like freaky. It stands out in your mind.
American Horror Story fell off hard, but honestly, the first 6 or 7 were honestly all really good. I mean,
the Asylum one was good.
It's funny too. Asylum was really good.
Yeah.
Asylum, Coven was awesome.
I hated Coven.
You hated Coven? That was
because
my favorite
everybody
one.
just kept coming back to life. Death meant nothing. You're dead, now you're alive again. You're dead, now you're alive again.
So you don't like zombie movies?
If you go back and look, that's kind
You're
of
not really alive if you're a zombie though. Like this was like no stakes. It removed all stakes.
I get it, but like if you think about it, that's kind of every season. Because like Murder House, you just lived in the house. At Hotel, if you died, you were just a ghost in the hotel. Like that's kind of every season of American Horror Story.
The thing about American Horror Story is, I will say this for it: every season does have elements where I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool, but then, like you said, in the recent seasons, I almost never stick around.
Yeah.
Probably the last one I watched all the way through was Carnival, and I liked it. I thought that one was cool.
Oh, well, Freak Show?
Freak Show, yeah. I was just disappointed in Coven because it was in New Orleans, and I thought like, oh man, this has Stevie Nicks, like such huge potential. And
I can't believe you didn't like that one. I loved Coven.
It just didn't do it for me.
I don't know what y'all are talking about.
You never watched any of the American Horror Stories?
It's Ryan Murphy, right?
Yeah.
Nip Tuck guy?
Yeah.
I mean, I know who Ryan Murphy is.
I mean, that son of a gun
They're really good.
has a way of making dark, oversaturated, sexy TV shows.
He also made Glee.
Yeah,
Like,
he
so he's
did
got some
Glee.
range.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, never mind.
He did Glee. But that's kind of like Todd Phillips. He did The Hangover and The Joker.
Yeah.
Joker,
But
Joker 2 kind of getting panned.
I believe Todd
Yeah.
Phillips did. He did Old
he
School
did Due
too,
Date, yeah.
because he was there for
Yeah.
the party. When he knocked on the door.
Yeah.
That was him.
Yeah.
Real quick, great transition here to 2027 quarterbacks,
Yes,
which we talked about
exactly.
in the
Ryan
last.
Murphy loves a good hot young teen, so
All
it
right.
actually works better than you thought.
God, like, I don't know that I want to even talk about it.
He
now,
does,
to be
though.
honest with you. Hold on. Let 5 seconds go to breathe.
Okay. I'll read one comment.
Okay.
Why is 1,000 bottles of baby oil strange? What if you're having people wrestle in kiddie pools? Wouldn't you need a lot of baby oil?
Fair point.
I mean, if you're having people wrestle in pools with
This
pure oil,
Blue
you do
from Old
need,
School?
Yeah, you do need a lot of baby oil. That's
All right.
it's a very good point, Jeremy Fryer.
All right.
Proud of you.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. 2027 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Elijah Haben is number 1. Now, they don't have a ton, by the way, because it's so far down the road, but he's number 1, who we talked about from Louisiana. Number 3, Colton Nussmeier. Okay. We talked about his ties, obviously. Malachi Ziegler, by the way, who's number 5, Benton, Louisiana.
Oh, okay.
So you got, another Louisiana quarterback.
So 3 of the top 5 with heavy Louisiana ties.
Yeah.
2 from here and
Yeah,
one
and,
with ties.
number 4 has somewhat of a tie to LSU as well.
Who is it?
Gunnar Rivers.
Wait.
Philip's son.
What?
Yeah.
Shout out Steven Rivers,
And
my
Steven,
former teammate, dude.
who coaches with Philip at St. Michael, obviously went to LSU. So Gunnar Rivers, number 4.
Does Gunnar throw with his daddy's form?
Not quite the same as Philip did. No.
Yeah.
But I
It's
watched
always
him
interesting to
play
me.
as
It's
a
like-
true freshman. He's a stud.
Because it doesn't matter if you can throw it. Just it's like my old man used to say, shooting a basketball. For some people, like, yeah, there is correct form, but if you can make it, like Sean Marion, okay, then shoot it however you want. But like that is funny because Sean Marion would never teach his own son to shoot it like that.
Right.
Like Philip Rivers would never teach his son to throw it like that. But hey, it worked. It worked out perfect.
Yeah, he doesn't have the complete sidearm delivery. But I went
Even
and
though now
watched.
sidearm is kind of hot.
I went and watched Gunnar last year when he was a true freshman go against Gulf Shores, who had a ton of like D1 scholarship guys. He played really well in that game. So yeah, just another name to throw in there. 6'2",
So
180
LSU
pounds.
combine the fact that LSU looks like a bit of a quarterback pipeline now.
Yeah.
With Bryce Underwood on the way, means
Sure.
like your quarterback future. You should be feeling pretty good about.
You should get
one of those
somebody
guys. Yes.
out of this
Well, look, you
2027
want to stick with 2027 and Louisiana ties. Evangel has a kid named Peyton Houston who he's underrated right now, but he's going to be a good one.
His name's Peyton Houston.
Yeah,
and that's a powerful quarterback name.
Look,
right there.
Elijah Haven. I was telling you,
might be the best.
Gunnar Rivers is also very powerful. Yeah.
I was telling you last week, like Elijah Haven as a sophomore is probably the best QB in the state. Peyton Houston's there with him. Like Peyton Houston could play.
But Gunnar Rivers is also, he's from what's that town? Hope Haven.
Fairhope.
Yeah, Hope Haven.
God, your geography is so poor.
Fairhope. Fairhope's a little snooty.
Let me tell you something.
They got soft heels.
Yes, a soft heel town, without a doubt.
I played with a lot of players in my day. Ain't none grittier than Phillip Rivers.
I know.
So
I'm not talking about Phillip.
I'm okay with Gunnar being from Fairhope.
Speaking of a complete lack of grit, Cam Rising off the Meathead team.
Yeah, he is.
We are now accepting nominations for quarterbacks that should be on the Jacob Hester all Meathead team.
Now Horvath from Navy is a strong candidate. Sorry, T. I know you probably didn't want me to bring him up.
No, I texted it yesterday in Bill Connolly's latest write-up. There's an entire section of the article based on just how Blake Horvath is he's the best quarterback in the country. It's actually insane. Why? How Navy's so good? How in the world did I go 1-11? Why can't he throw a pass in that stupid ass video game? He's unbelievable.
Between Blake Horvath at Navy and Bryson Daly at Army, we are on a path to do something pretty special at Army Navy in Washington, D.C. coming up in a couple of months. Now, I'm not saying they're both going to be undefeated, but they could play the week before in the American Championship and then play again for Army Navy. They are both really good. And I don't know that they won't have a slip up, but if I count on somebody not to have a sleepy game, it's the service academies to be ready for every game because both those guys are candidates for the all-Meathead team. Daly actually has more rushing yards than Horvath, but Horvath has been doing it through the air as well.
Bro, so right now, look at the total. Okay, look at the QBR rankings for college football. Jalen Milroe is fifth, I believe. Then Cam Ward second. Drew Aller 6th, Jackson Dart 7th, Arch Manning 8th, Will Howard 12th, Carson Beck 16th, Dylan Gabriel 18th. You know who number 1 is?
Mm-hmm.
Blake Horvath.
You must really suck at the game.
I did. But why? But he couldn't. He also can't throw in that game. He cannot throw in the game. I swear to you, it's insane.
That was the easiest. I think that was part of my pontoon parlay. I think that I went Navy, right? Navy minus 3.5 against UAB. They beat the dog out of them. It was over in the second quarter.
In the past 2 games, Horvath has averaged 14 yards per carry and 16 yards per drop back.
That's crazy.
That doesn't actually make any sort of sense whatsoever. Navy has the number 1 largest improvement in the S&P Plus in the entire country. So I guess that's why the game didn't get it, because this does represent like a crazy jump forward from them. But look at this, Jake. I should send this to I should forward this to Taylor so he can maybe get it on the screen. It's a little hard to read, but it's a graph, right? Where the x-axis is yards per drop back, and the y-axis is yards per rush.
Yeah.
And it's a scatter plot with all the quarterbacks, and it's like, bunched up or whatever. And then about a mile to the top right of the graph, right? Meaning you're scoring the highest on the X and Y axis is Blake Horvath. Like nobody can. This dude has his own area code on the graph. He has armed security and a 2-mile driveway till you get to knock on the front door on the graph. And I benched him.
Ooh.
And I benched him and went 1-11.
And then you got benched.
And then I got fired in Annapolis. But it's okay. It's okay. We have transferred Air Force to the AAC, and we are coming back.
How did the old pontoon parlay do?
I sunk it. It was my fault.
Yep. But another 3-1 week or no?
It was your fault?
It was my fault.
Who'd you go with?
Well, I freaking went with Boston College, and then
quarterback
Friday
went
night
out,
they
yeah.
announced they were like, "Oh, Castellanos isn't
Now
playing."
they did fight back and win, but you took the points.
What'd you go with?
Arkansas plus 5.5.
Oh, my bad. I thought you
That
went.
hit.
I
Yeah,
thought
it
you.
hit.
No,
Yeah.
for some reason I thought you went Oklahoma State. That must have been 2
I
weeks
did
2 weeks
last
ago.
week.
Yeah.
Who'd you
weeks
go?
ago.
I did Illinois. We were 3-1.
Yeah.
Hmm.
No, it was me. And then they announced Friday night, "Hey,
I feel like that
Castellanos
shouldn't
isn't
count.
playing."
Yeah,
I
remember initially I remember when it happened. You wrote the group like, "Oh, great."
Yeah.
I know that. We again, guys, we got to stay united here. We don't need to point fingers about sinking the parlay because the bottom line
no, that's
is
fine. I mean, the quarterback was
said
out.
we
It
have
wasn't
not
his fault.
also we have not had a losing week.
No,
We've only
not.
had 3-1 and 2 in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you tail the bets individually, you are making money. You are actually making
I
money.
know it's funny, like with our station picks between me, you, Matt, and Hunt. I think that's the only ones that are in there.
And
like,
is Hanny? No.
I don't think
Oh,
so.
it's just
And our records, like we're still over 500, but it's like straight pick'ems, and they're okay. And people are like, "Oh my God, these picks, y'all think I care about picks that don't have money attached to them?"
Right.
I'm gonna pick Arkansas because I want Sam Pittman to drink a beer after the game.
I also think that picking games is it's still a 50-50 affair.
No, and I want it to be
it's
fun.
not
though.
like you're not going to be like.
And yeah, I
perfect
think
on
Arkansas
it.
had a chance. I did. That's why they lost by
4, I think.
4. Yeah, I mean, but yeah.
Sometimes you just take shots.
The pontoon
Yeah.
parlay is
Hoping
where
that Louisville's gonna be
we're
Notre
giving
Dame.
you the ones that you should probably responsibly tag along with us.
Well, also the games that we're picking there, it's not like when we do a pontoon parlay, we look at the entire slate.
Yeah,
and
this
we're
one's like the
these
big
are what we
games.
likes the best. These are just the big games. So yeah, of course you're gonna hit and miss. I don't think anybody picked Kentucky.
No, I picked Alabama, and then we were split on the other games.
Yeah. So
you and I picked Oklahoma. Matt and Hunt picked Auburn.
Yeah.
We both picked Louisville, and they had chances in the game. They didn't.
I know. That would have been a big one for us.
Yeah.
Anytime you can get a shot where you can get a game back that nobody else.
Because we all
really
finished with 2 and
thinks.
3 records.
Yeah. That would have been a big one for sure.
I feel good about the parlay though, guys. I mean, even though Boston College didn't cover, they were out their quarterback. They still won the game. And if you're playing just our picks,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
you're doing really well.
You're doing really well. I think we've had 3 3-1 weeks and 2 2-2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just keep it going, guys. Shout out to us. We might be. Why don't we get on VSiN right after we get done with those guys from Vegas? I mean, we're basically the same show.
God, that set is so aggressive every day.
It is very aggressive.
Like it doesn't even look like a sports betting. Like it doesn't look like a fun environment. It looks like Wall Street. Like you're
So
like the.
This is what's interesting to me. In my opinion, that is actually what the real DGens want. I don't think they care about being entertained. I think the people that watch gambling content just want hard numbers. They want that Wall Street type feel. You got the Barstool Sports Advisors thing, which is probably the memeiest and funniest gambling show. Like, that's the only thing that I'll watch clips of because it's like, it's so off the wall. It's got almost like a Tim and Eric sort of feel that I really appreciate. But I don't know. I mean, look, Deegan, speak up for yourself in the chat. But like, what? Like, go watch like an ESPN bet thing. Does nothing, right? I wonder how ESPN's bet is doing. Like, I don't know a single person that is.
I don't have ESPN
placed
bet.
a ESPN bet.
The show's good. Show's good. My guy Dallin Cuff is one of the lead anchors of it.
My bad. I'm not trying to step on any show toes.
No. But I know what you're saying. I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't have the same feel.
Anyway, it's like I'm with you, Taylor. I see the VSiN thing. I'm like, wow, that is not for me.
Right.
But I think if you are a real gambler, that's actually what you want. Or other people who are just going to be uber numerical. Here it is. These are the plays, and you're either convincing yourself or maybe you are making money doing it. Whereas I gamble purely for fun. I'm not actually gambling to make money. I've never taken money out of my account once. But also, I'm not the parlay prince like Jake is.
I've definitely taken money out of my account. I've definitely done that.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Everybody on so we have Sports Grid Radio on Sirius XM, and they do a fantastic job. Ben Stevens joins us every Friday. You can ask him about any game, and he's going to have the most information. But they all have this like voice, like they've been sitting in a sports book smoking Cowboy Killers for 7 straight years without stopping.
Good. That's what I need
I know.
Gambling expert to sound like. It's the original. The first night I met Mincy at Mardi Gras, it's why I immediately asked him to be our gambling guy, is because of his voice. How is
Mincy? The last couple of years, I don't know that he's been hitting. The poker stuff, he's been hitting.
He's like the gambling stuff. He was a professional poker player.
Yeah.
He was never a professional handicapper.
No.
That was just also, that was just he was in sports talk and whatnot.
Yeah. He was up. He was in Shreveport, on the opposite station that I was on.
Yeah. So
my brother, I think, used to have a weekly spot on the show.
Man, these allergies, dude. What the heck? Murder Draft. I saw The Wild Robot yesterday. Absolutely gorgeous film. It's so crazy. My wife was just texting me about that same thing, that we got to bring the kids to see this Wild Robot movie. I'm excited to check it out.
Wild Robot?
You want some nasal spray?
What kind are we talking about?
I don't know what it's called, but it's like prescription.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh, I was watching the Penguin yesterday.
Oh, how's that?
Great.
Okay.
And they had a extracurricular activity that you dropped into your eyes. And I was like, that freaks me out.
A good sci-fi eye drug. You ever seen Looper?
Yeah.
Where they're doing the eye drops.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah. It's not a trope, but it's been done a few times. The sci-fi eye drugs.
That freaked me out though. Like your eyes, you get one set.
Right.
You putting something in there, that's risky.
Yeah, if other people are doing it though,
You scare me.
You're peer pressure, like, wow. It's really easy to peer pressure.
He has FOMO with stuff like that.
Again, T-Bob will do anything as long as he's seen someone else do it first.
their eyes aren't falling
pass
out.
it along.
Yeah,
the best is in the first season of Family Guy. I think they're going to a Super Bowl watch party. And Peter tells Quagmire, he's like, here, Peter, grab beer. He's like, oh, sorry, Quagmire. I told Lois to win a drink tonight. Quagmire goes, he goes, Quagmire, I'm sorry. I feel bad. I told Lois I want to drink tonight. And he goes, oh, Peter, don't feel bad. He goes, oh, I didn't think about it that way. And then he just gets absolutely hammered. That is essentially my resistance to peer pressure.
So is.
All right. When we get back, talk some college football here on OTB. Don't feel bad.
Off the bench.
Oh, never thought about it like that. Go to Pinnacle Exterior Construction, PECbuilt.com, PECbuilt.com. We build the spaces, you build the memories at Pinnacle. And look, it can be anything, man. We are a Louisiana company with Louisiana values. We've built thousands of fences, hundreds of pools, dozens upon dozens of bulkheads, pergolas, outdoor kitchens. You want to get turf yard, you want to get a putting green. It's all there, guys. And look, with the fences, wood, aluminum, wrought iron, whatever you need, 10 feet to 1,000 feet, we got you. Go to Pinnacle Exterior Construction.
PECbuilt.com is the website. Residential, commercial, they can do it all for you. We fully encourage you to go to the homepage. You'll be blown away by the work that you'll see right in front of your face. Remember, too, though, I mean, they can do artificial turf. They can do any kind of fence. They can do bulkheads, like whatever you can imagine, they can get it done. Check out the website today, PECbuilt.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local.
Welcome back to Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
What have we here? Santa Claus, huh? Ooh, I'm really scared. So you're the one everybody's talking about. You're joking. You're joking. I can't believe
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to OTB.
just split a seam now if I don't die laughing first. Mr. Oogie Boogie.
Spooky season moving right along. They say it comes in threes, though. R.I.P. to Pete Rose. R.I.P. to Chris Christopherson. And R.I.P. to Dikembe Mutombo. Who, for me, out of that group, Mutombo was that was my guy, dude. I've spent about three years of my life growing up where
he's playing for Atlanta, probably, huh?
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
And my dad had just retired, and so I'm like 8, 9, 10 around there, 10, 11, 12, all that. And because my dad had just retired, all of a sudden he had all this free time. He used to have Hawks season tickets, and so for probably about 3 or 4 years there, I went to every single Hawks home game, obsessively, just me and him for the most part. And I loved Dikembe Mutombo. Just an absolute menace in the middle. No. Him, Steve Smith, Mookie Blaylock, Stacey Augmon. Leitner got there eventually. Got a little bit of Tony Kukoc. But Mutombo was always my favorite. And then there's the very famous stories about him walking in the club where he would walk in and say, "Who wants to sex Mutombo?" And it seems like we would have gotten along great if I'd ever gotten to hang out with him. So rest in peace to those three. Mutombo, not even 60 years old, man. Brain cancer. Absolutely brutal. And then, the Pete Rose thing kind of sad because I guess, he never found his way to the Hall while he was still here.
Yeah.
Did him so dirty. And then the shows that are like, man, rest in peace, Pete Rose. Use our code for free bets on ESPN Bet or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You're like, rest in peace, Pete Rose. We're not going to put you in the Hall of Fame because you were betting. But
Put him in the Hall of Fame.
They're like, are you down about Pete Rose?
Let's
pick up your spirit.
The one thing that I've heard on the Pete Rose front, because I mean, look, and to be painfully clear, I'm 1,000% with y'all, right? Like, I don't know why. I just don't really care about the gambling thing that much. And if you do, I'm not going to fight you on it. Like, because again, I don't have much passion for it either way. He was very obviously one of the best baseball players of all time. The one thing I've heard is that, did he never admit to it though?
No, he
Or
did.
he never. Okay, I thought somebody said like he never owned up to some
he did.
portion
Yeah,
of
he
it.
admitted.
I know he admitted to betting on his own team. Maybe they never. I don't know. Whatever. The point is, I agree. Put him in the Hall. But whatever. Baseball's Hall of Fame. They are some gatekeeping ass gatekeepers for sure.
Yeah.
What was the Barry Bonds stat you told me the other day?
Oh gosh, I don't. There's so many Barry Bonds stats.
It was something truly
It was
absurd.
something like Shohei Ohtani's season that he's having, which is like talked about every day. I think in the WAR metric, it would be Barry Bonds' 9th best season. Like what Shohei Ohtani's done this year would be 9th in Barry Bonds seasons.
Yeah. It's like I say, plenty of people taking steroids. Plenty have not hit 755 home runs or whatever it is. Like, honestly, if you had a steroid epidemic in your sport, part of that's a policing problem. And so if you allow that to happen, I don't think you get to pick and choose who you let in and who you don't when you also have known users in the Hall.
Yes.
One of my favorite Barry Bonds stats, he has 25 more intentional walks than the entire Tampa Bay Rays franchise.
What?
He's been walked 25 times more than anyone that's ever played for that team.
You mean then like all the intentional walks they have in their franchise history?
Yes, like not one player. The entire franchise, he has 25 more walks.
Oh, my word. It's going to be a sad day when they finally get enough to catch up with him.
I don't know that they will.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, well, they're the Rays. Who's getting intentionally walked on that team?
Yeah, I feel
because by the time they earn that, they'll go play for the Yankees. Or
I know
Orioles
nothing
or,
about the Rays, but it just feels like, just like scrappy small, just efficient, scrappy small ball constantly.
Yeah.
Jake, any college, as we wrap up 1 week of college football and look forward to the next, obviously you have the Georgia and Alabama game, which was just a black hole of good. And that I mean, like, it just like sucked everybody's attention into it, rightfully so. Instant classic, all that. What do you think we missed from this most recent college football weekend? What kind of got lost in the sauce?
I think there's a couple things. I like if we're looking at teams that don't feel like maybe they're getting some of the love. Iowa State, they won 20-0 over Houston. They're now almost on the verge of being a top 15 team, and they've given up 29 points.
In
4 games this year?
So they're just cucking Iowa?
Well, they beat Iowa.
Yeah,
too.
I know. That's what I'm saying. They're saying, look, we're going to
taking
do
their
what you
model.
do, but do it better.
Yes. So I definitely do think that is something to pay attention to in the Big 12, because we're talking about the other teams in Utah and K-State and Colorado. It's like, well, Iowa State's right there, and Iowa State's got something that Colorado struggles with, and some of the other teams, just the physical nature in the front seven of the defense.
How about this? Because that's a great answer that I missed completely. I would have never considered. I'm very guilty of ignoring Iowa State. How are we feeling about Penn State? Because I think they look pretty good. I think...
Yeah, because I think Illinois played well, too.
Yeah, I think Illinois is a really good team, and I think Illinois tried to... They kind of wanted to do what they did against Nebraska and be like, okay, let's force the quarterback to beat us. But, of course, Penn State with the excellent pair of running backs that have been doing it for, I think like 3 years together now. They didn't play very well, but like Drew Allar's playing very well. He's starting to play like the quarterback, which makes sense. Again, last year was his first year starting, right? Like, you got to allow these guys some runway to develop. I right now would have Penn State above Oregon in my poll. And you could say, well, they had problems with Bowling Green. Well, that's fine. Bowling Green's good.
Yeah, Bowling Green's not bad. They went to College Station and lost by 6.
Yeah.
So the thing about Penn State, they're better than I thought they would be, and I think there's more juice to them offensively than I thought there could be. I want to see them on October the 12th. I want to see them on November the 2nd.
Yeah.
Because I think if there's a recipe and a blueprint for success against them, you have to have superior quarterback play. And I think USC with Miller Moss, and that game's in L.A., like I want to see if Penn State had to get into a shootout. If they have to go win 35-31, can they go do it? And I think that's what that game might be. So they're better than I thought. The running game, Drew Aller's been better, but still, like, the offenses that they've played haven't had great quarterback play. And look, Altmaier's been playing better, no question about it. But let's not act like he's Miller Moss or even Will Howard at Ohio State.
No, I'm very impressed with Miller Moss. I mean, again, 2 weeks in a row now. Now, I know they didn't beat Michigan, but 2 weeks in a row have gotten into really intimidating holes and battled back. And the word that I keep coming back to with Miller Moss is courageous. He is not afraid to throw into tight windows and make big time throws when it matters, and that goes a very long way in my mind. So, how about this? Here are the top 5 teams with the largest rise in college football playoff odds since the beginning of the season. Now that we're 5 weeks in. Number 1, Miami. With the fall of other teams and them playing well, they were up 44%. They had 17.5 to energy. They're up to 61. Number 2, Tennessee. They went from 36% to now a 79% chance of making the playoffs for the Volunteers. Indiana went from 0% to 39. 0.6 to 39.6. How about that? Alabama is now from 57 to 91.
Oh, wow.
With the Georgia
91.
win.
I mean, that win's going to hold up.
Yeah, and Georgia has an awful schedule. Bama's isn't easy, but it's a bit easier.
Yeah, Georgia's brutal.
And then UNLV up from 1% to 30. How about that? America's team.
From 1%
to 30%. Yeah, again, Indiana was at 0.6%. Now they're at 39.6. Let's go Hoosiers. Google me. But yeah, I thought that was. I thought it was, so. I think the interesting things there are the Miami makes some sense, but the fact that Tennessee and Alabama are now heavy favorites making playoffs. Then again, Tennessee
they
was
got to play each
years
other.
Ago. Yeah, and Tennessee was a couple years ago, and then they blew it.
They got South Carolina.
Oh, so funny. All right, when we get back, more off the bench. Let's talk some NFL on the other side.
Off the bench.
Go to All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge, allstartoyota of BatonRouge.com. You go to All-Star today if you want to buy a new vehicle, a Toyota certified used vehicle where you still get great prices. You need a wrench. Hey, if you need a body shop or a service center, you get in an accident, guys, all makes and models welcome at All-Star right there off of Airline and Goodwood. Free professional estimates, excellent lines of communication where they're texting you throughout the process. They don't make any decisions without you giving the approval. And it's not automated text responses or calls, whichever one you want, but it's immediate human beings texting you back. So go see them today. All your vehicular needs under one roof, All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.
Yeah, when you go to the website, you can see what you can buy new. You can see what you can lease. You can see what you can rent. This weekend, LSU is off, so maybe you've got a quick getaway plan. You can rent a Toyota today. Everything is available per day rental prices. Check it out online on their website, allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has back-to-school savings like $16,000 off 25 Ram 1500 trucks. We're open for business in our beautiful new showroom and taking $16,000 off. All new Bayou vehicles come with a complimentary extended warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood Subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Welcome back to more sports talk with some other stuff mixed in. Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Let it keep playing. We got to get to the part. This is from It Follows, from my favorite modern horror theme. Here it is. Ooh, yeah. Oh. Spooky. Oh, so spooky. I love it so much. Makes me so happy. Hey, who do y'all think's number 1 in Heisman odds right now?
Should
Jalen
be
Milroe.
Milroe.
Yep.
Is it
It's
Milroe?
Jalen Milroe. Who do you
Cam
think's number
Ward.
2? Cam Ward's number 2. Who's number 3?
Travis Hunter.
Genty.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hunter's 3. Jindy's 4. Y'all are on it, dude. And then it's Gabriel, Ia Maliava, Dart Yearsbeck, Moss. Plus 3,000 right now? I mean, he's not going to get it, but interesting. Did you see that well, actually, this is a boring story. Let's go to Taylor's NFL story. Let's go to Taylor's NFL idea and talk to the NFC. And what did you want to do, Taylor? You want to rank the divisions?
No, I was going to say, look, I'm someone who follows the NFC East pretty closely.
Yeah.
I think the Commanders win the NFC East Jaden's first year.
Yeah. I mean, again, Jaden off to a historic start. You have to imagine there will be some adversity at some point. And granted, who have they beaten, right? They haven't exactly beaten a murderer's row of teams.
Any NFL win is going to go a long way.
No, I agree.
The Cardinals weren't a bad team, and they
They housed them. I'm just saying, if we're trying to think about falling through with a full 17-game season as a rookie, there's still a lot of road left there. But certainly the Eagles don't feel. I mean, the Giants are awful, so they're out.
Well, and do you trust anything you've seen from the Eagles to be consistent?
No,
Eagles,
no,
Cowboys
that's the
are
problem.
Giants.
No. I still think the Cowboys have the feeling of a team that's kind of messing around but could figure it out and get get really hot. They're veteran laden. They've won so much in the regular season. I don't think there's anything panicking them about a 2-2 start.
They'll play better than they've been playing right now, but like Dallas cannot run the ball at all. That's not going to change this year. They do not have a running game.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
I mean, there's plays. It's 3rd and 2. They're making Dak throw the ball. They can't get 2 yards. Even with a fully healthy offensive line, they can't run the ball.
It is kind of interesting. The Commanders, the only team with a positive point differential in the division. The Cowboys and Eagles both negative, and obviously the Giants are as well.
In the latest ESPN.com power rankings, the top team in the NFC East comes in at number 10, and it is the Commanders.
Okay.
Well, so I'm looking at their schedule. Browns at home. Like, they have the Browns at home. I think that's a win. They go to the Ravens. That's going to be a tough game.
Yeah.
But then they're home against the Panthers, home against the Bears.
Wow, Ravens.
I mean, I see them winning 3 of their next 4.
Lamar Jackson versus Lamar Jackson 2.0. Pretty badass there, right? Lamar Jackson had to walk so Jaden could run. And now we're going to get to watch them square up with one another. Let's go.
You know who the biggest star this week in the NFL was?
Who?
Whoever tailors the Baltimore Ravens all-black uniforms.
God, they look good.
I've said it 1,000 times. Whoever that is, they deserve a raise because every player looks like a badass in the Ravens all-black.
Yeah.
And if you're already one of those, like Derrick Henry.
And it's funny because sometimes all-black can make you look too small, but
ain't the case in this one.
No, and also with Lamar's, even slighter frame now and even higher speed, it just makes him look even faster somehow. It's insane how
it's the complete opposite of what I used to do. I used to wear literally all white cleats. When I say all white, I mean the Nike check, the laces, the everything to try to look, faster on film. They look fast in all black.
Yeah.
Did you guys see how big Derrick Henry looked? Like, okay, so
can't make that man look small. Jesus,
this is the long
look
run,
at
but
him.
No, watch the receivers that come celebrate with him in the end zone.
Yes, but also watch the fullback on the wham block. But I'm just saying.
It's so funny when the fullback is tinier than the.
Look at these guys.
I don't know. I don't know that Ricard is smaller.
Is he? Go back. Let me see.
I mean, look at 42.
I mean, he's big, but he ain't.
He may not be as tall. He's bigger.
How you that big and move that fast?
How about, did y'all see?
Nobody even got close to it.
Did y'all see Megatron dapping up DK Metcalf
Nuh-uh.
on the sideline last night?
Yeah.
Calvin Johnson makes DK Metcalf look small. It does not. It actually boggles the mind. If you just look up DK Metcalf Megatron on Twitter, Taylor, you should be able to find it. It doesn't, because I mean, I think of DK Metcalf as being like, and maybe I'm off, but because he's so jacked, I think of him as being a very big receiver, and he does. I mean, he looks like Bumblebee compared to Megatron.
Yeah,
look at that. And DK Metcalf's got cleats on.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at how much bigger Calvin Johnson is. It's unreal. What if Calvin Johnson had been on this Lions team? They'd be a literal Super Bowl favorite.
He was on some bad.
That's what I'm saying. That poor man had to waste his NFL career. They should
So
feed
did Barry
him.
Sanders.
Yeah.
Same spot.
Yeah.
Reggie Bush.
Well, Reggie Bush won a Super Bowl.
That's true.
That's right, baby.
But with the Lions?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Reggie was like he showed up. He was there for what? A couple of years. He just showed up for a little bit.
He's good.
He was just hanging out for a little bit.
I'm just scared so I don't get
getting a
fined.
little money.
The Saints come in, by the way, on the ESPN Power Rankings, 14th. So right in the middle, kind of, ish.
Mm-hmm.
Cowboys are 15.
Which makes sense, man. The Saints are not a known. Their story is not written. Certainly, it's impossible to ignore the bad vibes of once again starting 2-0, only to now be staring down 2-3, just like last season. Even though last season you actually went to 3-2 with a dominant win. But again, there is a lot of good on Sunday. It's just that it's overwhelmed by exactly what Kamara and everybody was talking about after the game, which is for whatever reason they have not been able to win those close games, and that's what defines whether or not you make the playoffs and whether or not you're a good NFL team. So they've got enough to do it, but if Dennis Allen can't get it figured out, then that's going to be the again. I think the entire era is on the line against the Bucs. So I don't think you win Monday. So I think you drop to 2-3. If you get to 3-3, you're completely fine. 2-4, completely done. So massive couple of weeks coming up for your New Orleans Saints. All right, when we get back, let's wrap up hour 2 of Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
Hey guys, check it out. This Saturday, I want you to come by Rally Cap Brewing, where we are going to be hosting a Beards and Beers competition. That's right. It's going to be a ton of fun. It's a $10 entry. It's a bunch of different categories, 0 to 6 inches, 6 to 12, 12 or above. We even have, how about this? We even have categories for the kids and for women. If you're going to make a decorative beard, come on out. It's going to be a fun time. Starts at 6 this Saturday. Rally Cap Brewing, Jake. If you love beards, come out. I'm going to be emceeing it. So it's watch some football, hang out, and talk some beards, man. And then remember, Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. Look, you need Hardy Plank or vinyl siding, wood or vinyl windows, any type of door. You want to go with a team at Tommy's.
Are you going to put your beard to the test?
No. Look at this. I barely got this little mustache connection. I'm just there for a good time.
There for the vibes. GoTommies.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local.
Welcome back to Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Back to OTB. Wrap it up, hour number 2. Yeah, the beard competition is this Saturday at Rally Cap, guys. You're going to come hang out. Saturday night starting at 6. Welcome back, OTB. So hour number 3 is going to work like this. We're going to start talking to Nick Underhill like we do every Tuesday. Then we'll talk to our guy, Hold the Mayo. Then we got Tay-Tay's NFL Story of the Day. It's going to be it's going to be a great hour. Jaden Daniels, reminder, guys, Jaden Daniels, more scoring drives this season than incomplete passes. 23 scoring drives to 19 incomplete passes. He has a 73.5 QBR in his first 4 games. The only players that have been better ever in history, Deshaun Watson, Dak Prescott, Brock Purdy, Andrew Luck right behind him. Of course, like I said in Barnwell's piece that I was reading about all this, he would also argue that Watson, Prescott, Purdy arguably had better supporting casts when he did this. Is Jaden Daniels, Jake, is he this year's C.J. Stroud?
Ooh, I mean, he's a different player. He brings a different dynamic. So, like, you have to do the stats justice and bring his rushing yards to the table as well.
Yeah.
So it's a hard comparison just because the passing stats have been incredible, but also what he does with his legs, buying extra time. You got to, like, he had 40-something yards the other day, and it's kind of like, oh, okay. It's like, that's 40. That's 4 first downs. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's a hard comparison. But to your point of him being the number 2 pick, outplaying the number 1 pick, that comparison for sure.
Well, and winning,
Yeah.
like the same way that all of a sudden the Texans now feel like one of the better teams in the NFL, one of the better teams in the AFC, like we just talked about, right? The Commanders feel like maybe they're the favorite to win the NFC East right now. What if you're going to look in the West? Seahawks still atop it, even with a loss at 3-1. Niners 2-2. Rams injured to all hell. Feel like they're done. Cardinals feel like they're better than they are, but they're 1-3, and maybe they're not actually that good. I don't know.
I think they're good offensively. They got some firepower, but I mean they've had some close losses too. I mean that Bills loss, they were right there, and that was back and forth. Remember, at the very end, but I don't know.
Sheesh. NFC North looking pretty frisky this year. Vikings at 4-0, doubling up their opponents' points almost on the dot, which, as Jake told you, is the best in the NFL. Lions look great. They're 3-1. The Bears' defense is awesome. If Caleb Williams does get okay, they could be pretty good. They're 2-2. And then you got the Packers at 2-2. Is that the best? I mean, is that the best division in the NFC, maybe? Is that the best in the NFL?
It might be the best in the NFL because even like over in the AFC North where you've got some frisky teams, some teams that we think can be better, some have struggled out of the gate. Certainly the Bengals don't add anything there. Certainly better than the AFC East. Certainly better than the AFC South, better than the West, better than the East and the NFC, better than the NFC South, and better than,
Kind of against all odds.
I actually don't think it's close.
Yeah, kind of against all odds of the AFC West is pretty weird. It's very odd to me that both the Broncos and Raiders have found their way to 2-2. And that the Chargers would be 2-2 when it feels like the Chargers have been better than that.
Yeah, so they go on the road to Pittsburgh, lose a close game, and then they play Kansas City at home. No Bosa, no Derwin James, banged up Herbert, no Joe Alt. They played well. They had a chance. 17-10 was the final score. But, gosh, and Joe Alt's, he's only given up 1 sack, and it was against T.J. Watt. He's been great, but when you need a receiver and you went tackle and you see what Malik Neighbors is doing to pick after you, I wonder what that feels like. And look, they took Lad McConkey in the second round. He's been good. He ain't Malik Neighbors.
No. All right, Nick Underhill talking Saints coming up next here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
Go to Accutemp of Baton Rouge, accutempbr.com, accutempbr.com. You know what's scary? Losing your AC in this godforsaken hellhole of a hot state. Okay, well, guess what? Take control of your comfort zone. Make sure your system's good to go with Accutemp of Baton Rouge, your AC, heating, and electrical experts. And storm season, you want to have protection. You want to get that whole home generator. They're your experts there as well. Get that service to the highest degree. Accutemp Baton Rouge, accutempbr.com.
Yeah, when you go to that website, remember you can schedule right there on the homepage, and chances are they're going to be out there today. And when they come out there, you're going to know exactly who is coming into your home. We tell you all the time, right? They send you a profile, a picture, a little bit about that person. You can trust who is coming into your home, and you know you can trust the work that they're going to do as well. The internet literally hates everything, but they love Accutemp. Check out the reviews on Google, accutempbr.com.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
At Atmos Energy, our Smart Choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products or for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Good morning. It's 9 a.m. here on Tuesday, October 1st. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect partly cloudy skies with a high of 91. In hour 3 of today's show, we'll have Nick Underhill of New Orleans Football at 9 a.m. Then at 9:15, Devin Snow hops on the show for his weekly segment as well. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can catch it in the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. You can also follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN. And watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert. Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
They said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yo, hour 3 of OTB on a Tuesday, October 1st. Spooky season officially here, and maybe nothing spookier than the way the Saints have found a way to lose the last couple of games. Right now, we go to our black and gold expert. That is Nick Underhill of NewOrleans.football. Nick_Underhill on Twitter. And look, New Orleans.football is your resource for all New Orleans Saints news. They have an excellent team over there. I've been a proud subscriber for years. You should be as well. Nick, before we get to the Saints, in honor of spooky season, do you have a go-to scary movie, Halloween movie, whatever you want to say, that you will watch every single year?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean the Wes Craven Nightmare on Elm Streets, of course. All the other ones can go to hell, but those ones definitely. Big fan of the Scream franchise. Yeah, I mean those are the ones I probably rewatch every year. I mean those are the big ones.
Is
but
Scream
I mean if there's a horror movie out, like I'm at AMC, you know that's kind of my lane right there. So you know kind of everything. I got the.
Let me see.
I mean, like we're deep into it, man. Got the Scream guy right here.
Oh,
you know,
look at Ghostface for that.
Yeah,
Okay,
got Ghostface.
So I had no idea that you were a bit of a horror nerd. Then, is there a new scary movie this Halloween season that you're looking forward to seeing in theaters? Have you checked any out yet?
I don't even know what's coming out this right now. We see everything. I'm terrible with names. Like my short-term memory stopped working in like 2014.
Yeah. You've watched Draft Day too many times.
I think Don't Speak is the name of one that we just saw recently that was really good. Like there's, you know, it's kind of like the whole renaissance right now, man. Like it's kind of, you know, obviously it's been going on for a minute, but high level scripts, high level acting. It's kind of like either superheroes or horror movies. It's kind of all Hollywood makes anymore. So I'm okay with it though.
Yeah. I mean, yes, the bang for the buck when it comes to scary movies has always been the thing that's defined the genre, right? You can kind of cobble together a bare bones cast, a loose production value, and if you execute it well, you can just print money, and then you get like 18 sequels. You know,
I can't think of the name of it. We saw one recently. It looked like it was made for like $75 on like some iPhones, and it was basically from like the perspective of like the Michael Myers type, you know, the walking through the woods killer, but it was like through his perspective. Like there's no music in the whole movie, and it was awesome.
That sounds really good. Let me know if you remember the name of that.
It's called In a Violent Nature. I haven't seen it yet, but I've been wanting to.
Okay. The only horror movie I can think of with no music, the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre had no music, and it's deeply unsettling, one of the elements of that. All right. Well, that's great. You and Taylor should chop it up because he's also a horror movie expert. But as I said, man, the last couple of games for the New Orleans Saints, a bit scary and sure to cause some PTSD in Saints fans as here. I mean, you had everything. You really had everything. Especially you look at the Falcons game and functionally, I don't know. I know it's only one game mathematically, but to go from being 3-1, a game up on your rival, first lead in the series ever since '67, to then now 2-2, they're 2-2 instead of 1-3. They're a game up on you. Like, it's the most massive single game difference that I can really think of. And the fact that you don't allow an offensive touchdown, you overcome, like I offensively thought you were good. You overcome the unreal rash of injuries and everything else working against you. It's in a away stadium. I mean, Nick, this is one of the more disappointing losses that I can remember in all my years of covering and or cheering for the Saints.
I can't remember a single game that I remember them losing where it felt like they were like just so definitely better than the team they were playing. Like they just felt like the better team the whole game, and it just kind of, you know, they just kind of kept shooting themselves in the foot repeatedly. They could have lost that game 26-24. Like if it happened in a different nature, you could have walked away from it feeling good about it.
Yeah.
Kind of like, okay, well, like all these injuries, they kind of overcame them. Like they aren't going to be completely screwed without Eric McCoy, even though I thought the interior was a little bit iffier than I thought. Live on the rewatch, they looked a little bit spottier, but that was a brutal loss. I mean, absolutely brutal loss. And then you take the lead and you can't do anything with it. You can't preserve it. You know, I did like a quick and dirty like search on Sports Reference, and I got to go through the results and kind of make sure like everything looked right. But I kind of ran a filter on there to see games where the Saints were leading by 1 to 6 points They give the ball to the opponent with 2:30 to a minute left. So we're kind of isolating like where the team gets the ball back with like 9 seconds or whatever. In those games since 2016, they started out 12-2, and then I believe they are 0-7 in the next 7 of them, which is not a good place to be. And we can talk about man cover, like Kurt Warner had the tweet, man coverage, like they shouldn't have been doing it. Like, all right, cool, but they lost to Philadelphia under the same exact circumstances, and Philly was playing cover 1, and they got the pick. So to me, when I go back and watch these, like I started watching back, I watched the last 5 of them. There's no pass rush. Like the issue is there is no pass rush. Like you get to 3.2 seconds and Cousins is holding the ball, and it's a pure progression. So you got read 1, read 2, read 3. I'm going to read 4. He's hitting out and up, and I'm able to just stand there and watch the whole thing develop without you know what I mean? It's not like you're just like, oh, he's going to get open on this move. I can now stand here and just throw a perfect pass because like there's nobody pressuring me. And JT Gray's hips are turned. Like my issue with playing the single high, like it isn't, no, don't play single high. Don't ever play man. Don't ever be aggressive. My issue with the single high is just that it's JT Gray. Like, and that's no offense on JT Gray. Like you don't want him on the field playing safety with a minute left and you're trying to preserve lead. Like that was my issue with the play. It's just there's no pass rush. So there was no pass rush last week. I think that's the biggest issue with the team right now. Like if you can't pressure the quarterback, it's not going to work. And you're rushing 3 and then Pete Werner's your 4th and like just nothing's happening there. Like that was my issue with the thing. Like you got to get a closer. And it just goes back to really what's the underlying issue with the team and why are they here? Like they've drafted terribly. Like they have not drafted defensive linemen well. And now you're in the situation where you don't have anything right now in your pass rush. And I think it's a huge issue.
Where was Marcus Davenport when you needed him, Jake, to block that kick?
Oh, yeah.
Somewhere out there, yeah. Our guy Mario's just thinking back on him blocking the Falcons kick all those years ago.
Well, he's hurt again, so he's not blocking.
Is he breathing? Hey, I want to ask you about Taysom Hill and his impact on this offense. He's been fantastic. He goes out with injury, and the style that he plays, it's going to be so tough to stay healthy. Can this team be who they want to be without Taysom Hill? Because, Nick, it just doesn't look like they can be. It feels like everything doesn't necessarily run through him, but he's such a big part of what they want to get done that if the 49ers didn't have Kyle Juszczyk, it would be the same situation. Can they be successful without Taysom?
They can. I mean, but it's definitely harder. Like he's an identifying piece of that offense. And yeah, you mentioned Juszczyk. Like you get the matchups, you can move them all over. You can do a lot of different things. You got to pay attention to him. And then like when you're handling the ball, he's a bulldozer. It's a shame that like he wasn't in this type of role when he was like 26. It's just too bad that they're finding it in his early 30s. It's going to be tough for him to stay healthy. I think this is probably just how it's going to go all year. I just don't think he's going to be able to just take the accumulation of hits. And even in college, he was kind of injury prone a little bit. He's just,
for sure.
He's a genetic freak, and like genetic freaks just tend to get hurt. It's just kind of their bodies are stretching the limits of what's possible. Davenport's another one. Like he's a freak. He's hurt all the time. John Armstead hurt all the time. Like I think Taysom's kind of in that same mold a little bit.
Zion Williamson.
Yeah, they're gonna have to find a way to make.
Hey!
What? He's a genetic
Zion
freak.
looks great right now. Okay?
Exactly, he's a genetic freak.
No, he looks skinny.
That doesn't matter. No, skinny doesn't matter. He's still a genetic freak.
Anyway,
and that's a positive thing.
Needless.
Nobody
shot
ever described me as that.
Needless shot there.
I didn't miss in the club game.
Look, I mean, they gotta manufacture it somehow, and just isolating it piece by like it's gonna have to be pieced together, kind of some of the stuff he gives them, but like not having it all in one package, I think is a detriment to the offense. The good news though is I think Kendrick Miller is going to start practicing this week, so maybe you get a little bit back in your run game, and you can have a two-headed monster back there a little bit. But
Jake is laughing.
He's got to stay healthy
now.
to show you can do it.
Off camera, Jake is laughing at the mention of Kendrick Miller.
Sorry.
Yeah, look, I don't know.
I'm a believer. I'm still a believer, man. I don't know. I'm gonna go down with that ship.
Are you a believer because
with CJ Spiller?
That's what I'm saying. Are you a believer because like your heels in and you're pot committed, or do you actually believe?
Okay, so I will admit I'm wrong all the time. Like I am not someone that will die on a hill. Like as soon as I know a take is bad, like I'm cashing in the take and I'm getting out of it and I'm saying I'm an idiot
Wash your
and
hands
I'm moving on. Like the great thing about doing this job is if you stick around long enough to talk a lot, you're gonna have a litany of terrible trash opinions. It's like it just kind of happens. So as I get new information, I'm backing out of a take. I'll change my win prediction 7 times in a season if I need to. Like it's just kind of it is what it is. I believe in the talent. Like I do think if he gets out there, like he's gonna be good. Do I think he's gonna live up to his? I mean, look, you're a year and a half into it, and it's not third round value yet, but I think that in like glimmers and spots, I think he can still be good. It's just something needs to click for him, and maybe off he'll go. But I do believe in the talent, and I think he's a good player. And I think you put him in the scheme, he could be really, really good.
Speaking of Taysom Hill, which is true actually, I would like to see Kendra Miller in the scheme. Speaking of Taysom Hill, Nick, we looked up a name the other day, Tommy Stevens. And he's in the CFL, and he's doing a Taysom Hill thing. He has passes, he has rushes. Is it time to complete the circle and get a little depth gadget piece so that if Hill is out, should the Saints bring back Tommy Stevens?
The most embarrassing thing they ever did is like they trade up to draft him, and then they leak the story about like how they outsmarted everyone to get him, and then they cut him, and he still goes back to Carolina. It was just like this like coronation of like brilliance, like like we outsmarted everyone, and then like it was Tommy Stevens. I don't know, man. Like I say you leave him up there in Canada.
They are using him. Apparently, though, we looked up his numbers the other day, and they are using him like that. Like he's doing a little bit of everything. I mean, is that so? In a more serious vein, when you have an offense like that I don't know, is having that sort of Swiss Army knife integral to the system? Like, do you have to develop a backup behind Taysom Hill that is somewhat similar? I mean, it's going to be impossible because you'll never have anybody that has the throwing ability, but like Juszczyk doesn't have the throwing ability, right? Like, so how do you develop depth behind such a unique position?
I mean, I think there's a lot of guys. You take away the throwing ability, I think there's a lot of guys that could probably do, a little bit of it. Not all of it. I mean, obviously he's incredibly unique. He's more unique than Juszczyk, but like there's 12 teams running this offense, and 11 of them don't have Juszczyk. And
true.
So I don't think it's a must. But I think if you have unique players and the way they kind of can execute them in the vision they have for him, I think Kubiak's just I think he's got a good vision. So if you give him anybody that can do a lot of stuff, I think a lot out of him. It's definitely a huge hit. I think it's a bigger hit though, just because the lack of weapons on the offense overall. It's not necessarily a Taysom thing. I think it's just an overall talent problem. You got 2 receivers. One of them's great at everything. The other one's really good, but there's shortcomings in his games just as far as, in condensed space. I don't think Shaheed's going to do a lot of stuff contested. Their tight ends aren't giving you a lot in the passing game. I think Foster's been pretty good in his role, but they don't really call a lot of plays for him. Juwan Johnson, I think it's fair to say, to this point, has been a little bit disappointing. Maybe it's just missing his training camp.
His run blocking,
he's catching up.
His run blocking's been a liability. I'm surprised they're still rolling him out there and not utilizing at least Troy Foster in that role, because he's not giving you a ton as far as a receiver, and that's why he's in there. And his run blocking is so poor that it's become a liability.
He missed the block on the pick 6. That's what happened. Like he's supposed to block the guy, and he misses it, and he jumps her out. So Carr hitches. Carr's got to dirt that obviously, or do something else with the ball. You can't throw a pick there, but that's kind of where it started from. Just missing a block on a screen. I mean, it's tough. And then they throw the ball to him. I think on it was a 3rd down, and he didn't know where he was at in conjunction with the sideline, and that was another missed opportunity. So it's been a little bit off. Like maybe he gets, I don't know, maybe missing the time and then he gets settled in. We'll see. But to this point, it hasn't been there. But to the original point, I think it's just the bigger issue with Taysom is that you're lacking talent across the board. And, we kind of knew the cupboards were a little bit bare going into the season. And I think it's just, you see it. It's not a massive issue because they're still scoring points. They're still moving the ball. But I think they could be a much better team with better players. And that was kind of one of the things I was thinking about on Sunday, just watching it. Like, it's too bad Kubiak doesn't have like a full array of just like stock positions, because I actually think he's really, really good.
Bro, he put up 24 on the road with all those limitations. Like, he's awesome. And it's going to be a real bummer if you only get this 1 year with him and he's kind of wasted here and then he's gone because you have to hit a reset button. How do you fall? This is the last one for me, Nick. On one hand, you have Alvin Kamara after the game being very upfront about like, look, man, I'm a vet. I'm a vet. Like, we've been saying, oh, we're close, we're this, we're that, we're good, we shoulda, woulda, could. Basically saying like shoulda, woulda, coulda. Like, I don't care about that crap. I don't care about blowing people out. The good teams. You have that, and then you have Dennis Allen out here talking about how like, well, we could be 4-0. That didn't sit right with me. I understand feeling that as a human being, but like, it's kind of coaching 101 to me that you don't engage in that sort of thinking. Like, you don't allow when you lay your head down on your pillow at night, you allow yourself a little bit of self-pity. But like, to put it out there publicly, it just reeks of like defensive. I don't know, man. I think it's kind of, I think it's just kind of bad leadership, in my opinion.
I took it, and I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong here. I kind of took it is just the general frustration and voicing that we miss these opportunities. I didn't take it as like, who was it the other day? Like Doug Peterson was like blaming the players or whatever. Like, I didn't take it as something like that. Cause like right before that, he said it like, it's so effing frustrating, it rips your heart out. Like, yeah, I think it was kind of in the vein of like, man, we blew 2 games and I'm disgusted by it. We could be 4-0 and like, we have this up. Like, that's kind of how I took it. I mean, I don't know. It's tough to say what you should say in that spot. I didn't take it like that. I thought there were times last year, and I wrote a column last year about the lack of accountability at the top. So like, yeah, you did. I'm not sidestepping it. I'm not afraid to go there. Like, I will go there. I didn't take it as that. In the locker room though too, like you had Alvin saying that stuff, but then at the same time, like he was talking about the potential of the team, and he thinks they can still get there. So it was kind of the same type of messaging coming from him too. And he's kind of the heartbeat of the team to me. Like, he's the guy that I look at, and when he's pissed, like he was pissed all last year. Like, he is not pissed right now. He still seems optimistic about where they can go and what they can do. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting Monday night. I think Kansas City's a beatable team with all the injuries they have, but I am absolutely terrified of Chris Jones against that interior. So they might not even have a chance to run their offense.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to do that to any interior, but certainly one that's banged up. Hey, real quick, last one I'll ask you about the linebacker position. Willie Gay also goes out in this game with injury. DeMarco Jackson actually came in. I thought he played really well against the run. What's the latest there? Obviously, Davis was out for this game. Are they going to be available for Kansas City?
When Davis went down, I heard like one, maybe 2. So I think he's going to kind of go through it this week, and he does crazy stuff to try to play. Like, he'll work 12 hours a day, like get worked on by multiple people. He flies them in. So I think he's got a chance. I don't think we're going to see Willie Gay for a while. I think
I saw that surgery picture he posted on Instagram.
Yeah. So that looks like he's out for a minute. That's a position though where I think they have decent depth though. So if he misses some time, I think they'll be okay. If DeMario does play, Kansas City's obviously got injuries at running back in that. Kelsey looks like a corpse right now. He got some yards last week, so maybe they'll be okay being short there. I think we'll probably see DeMario. We'll see with Tyron. I don't necessarily know what that situation is. That's one that I'm probably more worried about. I don't think we see Cesar Ruiz probably for like 2 more weeks. So there's still some stuff they're dealing with.
Unreal, man. Bad luck. Nick Underhill, Nick_Underhill, New Orleans on football site. Thank you, Nick. You the man.
Yeah, take it easy, guys.
All right, we'll talk to you next week, brother. Man. When we get back, let's talk to our guy, Hold the Mayo. Keep it locked, OTB.
Off the bench.
Go to iticollege.edu, guys. iticollege.edu. And the number that you can call is, I'm going to get it for you in a second.
I feel like you should go like super, like, sultry voice here.
Sultry?
Yeah.
This music makes you what?
Yeah, do it.
Okay.
I didn't think you'd really do it.
Go to ITI Technical, iticollege.edu. You call 225-267-8003. Once again, 267-8003 for all my cool daddies and hot mamas out there. You call that number, they're going to let you know you came from OTB. Remember, in just 2 years, We give you a career, not just a job. We got financial. Okay, this is just insane now.
Yeah.
This is financial aid available for a variety of avenues. This is entirely too intense. ITI Technical College, iticollege.edu. Nothing scary about ITI, just positivity. iticollege.edu.
It's an everyday thing here. We work horses in the mornings and we work on the property during the day, and without these John Deere tractors, it'd almost be impossible to keep up with the place. I've dealt with some of the other colors and stuff, and I never really got the response back that I get from John Deere, We really enjoy dealing with Sunshine. They're good people. They always check on us and make sure our equipment's running, and we love them. Flip the switch and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local.
Welcome back to Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Congratulations to Roy Baremore from Baton Rouge and Jonathan Bryant from Metairie. Roy and Jonathan are the Week 5 winners of our college football pick'em. Don't forget to get your picks in by noon on Thursday, and the weekly winner will win a wing party for 10 people from Hooters. And the season-long champ will receive a 75-inch 4K flat-screen TV and a soundbar, plus free Hooters for an entire year. So 2024 College Football Pick'em presented by Hooters.
All right, welcome back, OTB. And we missed him yesterday. We're glad to catch up with him today. It's our guy, Hold the Mayo, for some spread lines. Deb, what's up, brother? How we feeling, man?
Oh, we feeling good. What a package by Hooters.
Yeah,
that was
incredible.
Usually
Incredible
don't
stuff.
have packages, just.
Well done. Well done, Elijah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's male Hooters waiters nowadays, aren't there?
Are there?
Yeah, I'm pretty
What
sure.
are they showing
Yeah,
off?
yeah,
They're,
yeah. I'm pretty
like-
sure.
No, I don't know.
Just,
I,
just
I don't think there's
showing
a
off,
market.
just showing off bulge.
The package, okay. I mean, I don't.
You know,
I don't
Just
know if there's a
stuff
market
stuff
for
a pair
that.
of socks down there.
I don't think
Nothing
girls
goes
are
together
as.
better than balls and wings.
I actually put on Hooter shorts a few years ago when I was very heavy and with my crazy beard. We used to do that Friday pick'em with Hooters, and I lost the contest, so I had to dress up in a Hooters uniform. I thought my legs looked really good, and I wasn't in good shape.
The first time I went to Hooters, I mean, it was back then going to Hooters for the first time, especially because I was younger.
Oof. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Magic.
A lot of, memories taken to the old bank. If you know what type of bank I'm talking about. A lot of deposits made post-visit for sure. Dev, morale is not great after Sunday. That was as disappointing of a loss as I can remember in the last few years. I saw I'm live. I saw roast beef Ron. I saw some of the calls from spread quarters. Where's your head at? How are you feeling now that we're 48 hours removed? You know what I hate more than anything? It doesn't even mean anything, but I hate it. The Saints had a chance to take the lead in the series for the first time since 1967, since that first game, and now they won't get it this year. Unless you were to play in the playoffs again or something and win both times. So it just, I don't know. I just hate it.
Yeah, and that record was that was the main topic of conversation leading up to the game, was the 55-55.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it hurts not to get that 56. I mean, it's crazy, but it's just true, dude. Like, that's like, no Saints fan wanted to stay at 55.
No.
No.
And it's not like it means anything, right? Much more impactful is now they're 2-2 and you're 2-2 instead of 3-1, 1-3. But it's just pride. It's the fact that they don't score an offensive touchdown. You just shoot yourself in the foot constantly. It just sucks.
I got to be honest. I just feel like a lot of these players on this current Saints team, they don't value that Falcons rivalry, or they at least don't show it. I just don't. Dennis Allen don't really talk about it aggressively. Of course, Derek Carr don't. None of our leaders really like, man, screw the Falcons.
So I was doing a show.
Cam does, but Cam's kind of,
he's playing 16 plays a game.
Yeah, I know. Cam's finally, he's
cardio,
finally too
cardio
old.
Cam.
Hey, relax. Okay, let's not. Hey, Dev, come on now. You don't think you're being a little too flippant with a guy, one of the all-time great Saints there?
No, you're right. Let's go 10 more games without anything.
Okay.
Let's
I'm
just
sorry.
win.
So, what were you saying?
I was
Between
doing
Jake with Zion and you with Cam Jordan. Y'all are pissing me off.
I said he was a genetic freak.
Mm-hmm. Whatever.
You said the same thing about Zion earlier this week. About him, or last week, about he's so athletic he can't stay. Anyways,
I thought Zion looked really skinny in the offseason, but I didn't think he looked very skinny yesterday.
So I was doing the show I was doing in Tuscaloosa. Harry Douglas was on with us.
Yeah.
Former Falcon.
Yeah.
He went all in on the Saints-Falcons rivalry and what it meant, and and he married somebody from New Orleans. So, I mean, he's in it. And he went for like 15 minutes on it. So does it mean more to them than it does the Saints right now?
No.
I'm just asking the questions.
Just right now, because, I mean, you got to think, he comes from that Roddy White, team.
It meant something to Roddy. It definitely meant something to Roddy. But that's when both teams were kind of good too, right? I mean, and you had like franchise quarterbacks at the time. You had like more stability in those teams. Both the Falcons and the Saints feel a bit more transient in nature right now. They got a bunch of mercenaries playing for both teams. Agree or disagree?
I don't know, man. I'm just tired of the exceptions with this team, man.
I know.
Every time something mediocre happens, it's like I got to make an exception. Yeah. Oh, well, the teams were better back then. Okay, then we paying a guy. We talk about this all the time. We paying a guy X amount of dollars to be the leader, to be the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? We got Dennis Allen at coach. Show me it means something to you. Like,
yeah, give me, you know what? Acknowledge it in the press conference. I agree with you. Like, say, like, it hurts extra bad because it's the Falcons. Like, don't be too big for it. Tell us you're extra locked in because it's the Falcons. Show us that you give a damn in the same way that the two cities obviously do.
Right. That's really it. As far as the game itself, it's the most classic Saints law. Like if you could show an example of a Saints loss, it's going to include the pass interference on the last drive.
Yeah.
I've been watching that pass interference on the last drive since Fred Thomas. That's how long it's been going on. Since Fred Thomas. You had Fred Thomas, you had Jason David, you name it. All these guys just kept doing this pass interference on the last drive. And here it is again, just to remind us that it has never left.
Fred Thomas. That's a name I did not think I was going to hear today.
I've not heard in a long time.
I think about Fred Thomas every day.
Every day?
Every day.
Is it at a certain point of the day, or does it just come out of nowhere? It's a little surprise Fred Thomas.
It's usually like during times like this, you know what I'm saying? When you're thinking about, hey, man, we suck. You start thinking about Fred Thomas.
Well, tell me something good then, Dev. Tell me something that brought you joy over the weekend.
Something that brought me joy over the weekend.
Surely there's something. I mean, like something's going good with the business. Like you got some great merchandise, or anything. Like a spread line that made you happy over the weekend. Something happened on Saturday. Anything?
I went 5-3 on the last 2 weeks. I'm positive in college betting, so I went 5-2 the previous week, and then this Saturday I went 5-3.
Okay.
NFL. I can't.
It's so hard. NFL is so week to week.
I don't bet NFL, dude.
Yeah.
It is impossible to me.
Turn into MLB when it comes to betting. You know what I'm saying? It's just tough, dude. I'd say probably my college record, and then
So the Saints have just completely ruined everything for you then. Like they've just taken all the joy out of your life.
No. Because we're still early in the season. It's only through 4 games. If you would have told me before the season started that we'd be 2-2, I'm not going to go jump off the ferry bridge.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I'm okay. But I will say this: I do think the Saints are going to win against Kansas City. I think it's all lining up to where this is a. It just seems like the Saints are going to win.
A classic NFL flipperoo.
Yeah.
Right when you think it all looks so obvious, the NFL has a way of shocking you with a result.
No doubt.
And then, some other pros, I think Lattimore is starting to get back in rhythm. I think Lattimore's going to make a difference in this game coming up, especially since they ain't got Rashee Rice and all that. So, who's their running back? They ain't got Pacheco. They got who? Kareem Hunt. I think
Clyde's coming back this week.
Match up well.
I think Edwards-Helaire is coming back this week as well.
Oh, wow.
Also, look, and Kamara in the offense is still good. Like they played well enough to win on Sunday. You just can't give up 2 non-offensive touchdowns. I'm not saying they played great, but bro, if you put up 24 and you don't allow a defensive touchdown, you're supposed to win that game 10 out of 10 times. Now they had the pick 6, which you have to score against the offense for sure. But then I just still don't understand the Rashid Shaheed punt thing. It's just so absurd.
It was.
Yeah, you just can't do that in division games like that.
So stupid.
They always close games.
Bro, you can't do that in Little League games.
Yeah, you can't do that out at Breck.
Like, they teach you that. That is day one type of stuff. It's unreal that he chose to try to field that ball. Anyway.
We're talking about an all-pro.
Yeah, a guy who knows better, who is awesome.
Yeah.
And again, like I said, I'll give more leeway. He wants to catch a ball at the 5 and try to run it fine, but not over the shoulder. Yeah. Not running backwards over the shoulder.
You only do that if the guy's like at the goal line and he just out kicks
he just
everything.
Out-kicked
and
his
coverage. Even if you drop it, you still have so much time to go pick it up. We saw Thomas for LSU do it against UCLA.
Yeah.
That's when you do that, not when you're backing up into your end zone.
Anyway, HCMsports.com/shop. Great merch from our guy Deb. Hey, what else is going on in Spread Quarters?
Pull up that Willie Gay photo, man, from the hospital. Whenever y'all get a chance.
Yeah, we talked about it last segment. What is up with that hospital, bro?
If that don't tell you right there, I mean, we already suspect about what's going on with this health department, right? Okay, you go look at a picture of this hospital. They ain't updated it since 1996.
I mean, look at this thing, Jake.
throw a plant in there. Throw a poster of the food pyramid. Something. Put something to make somebody feel better about getting that, because it looks like he got his arm cut off. I mean, that's how loaded it looks.
Yeah, it's like Civil War, dude.
I mean, hey, they got in there, but it looks like the same stuff from Get Out when she spent the spoon. You know, he looks. Poor guy, man. Seriously, he's on that same stuff Michael Jackson was on. I don't know what's going on, dude.
Yeah, they got him. I mean, it looks like they just got him in the public. Like, it's like right next door to somebody else. Yeah.
This is where they send in the Saints players.
Yeah.
To this hospital. Look at this hospital.
Where is that?
New Orleans.
I know, but
I don't know.
2 chairs.
Deb Snow, hold the mayo. Deb, take it easy, brother.
All right, man. Y'all take care.
Who dat,
baby? Let's go. Remember to go to K2Z window coverings, guys. KTZBlinds.com, KTOZBlinds.com. You need to get those window coverings at WOW. They're going to bring your home to the next level. You want K2Z. It's crazy. You don't even realize just how much K2Z can change the feeling of your house, the outlook of your house. It's functional. It's aesthetic. If you have an outdoor kitchen, you like to watch football out there, but it gets a little hot. Well, guess what? You put in some drop-down exterior shades. It keeps you cool. It takes the glare off the TV. Maybe even cools down the inside of your house, depending on how it works. Saves you money. Takes the glare off your interior TV. There's a lot. Okay, we got honeycomb shades where you can just be pitch dark in an instant. There's so much, and you're going to learn so much when you work with the experts at K2Z. You have them at your home today, KTZBlinds.com. All right, when we get back, Tay-Tay's NFL story of the day coming up.
Off the bench.
Hey, guys, I want you to go to oakparkevents.com, oakparkevents.com. I tell you all the time about the weddings. I tell you all the time about corporate events. If y'all met a big sales goal, you want to have some sort of retreat, seminar, networking luncheons, K2Z can handle it all. We got a ton of great venues for you. We have fully customizable vibes, menus, everything. But what about the catering at Oak Park Events? And once again, that's oakparkevents.com. We also offsite catering that could become the centerpiece of a corporate event or great party that you're having somewhere else. We can prepare bunks. We can prepare box lunches that appeal to your group's taste, or create a full buffet reception with an assortment of culinary creations to your taste, what you want. Either way, we here at Oak Park take the hassle out of feeding and entertaining your group, okay? We know that you're going to be pleased with the unique presentation, the attention to detail. It's the best. Go to oakparkevents.com. That's oakparkevents.com.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of success.
And looking forward to 50 more.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Brack, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial properties. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're
Welcome back to Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
What the hell? Ashton Genty's averaging 10 yards a carry. He's at 82 carries for 845 yards. 13 touchdowns, 211 yards a game.
I believe they've only played 4 games, too, and not 5. So
no, they have only played 4, but I'm saying
846 in 4 games.
I'm saying that's way too high. It's way too many rushing attempts to still be averaging 10 yards a carry. You look at Horvath, and yeah, he's at 10 yards a carry, but he's a quarterback. He's got half the amount of carries. It's still absolutely insane. Okay, like right now, you look at the top yards per carry in the country. Noah Short. Is that Army's quarterback or running back?
Running back.
Running back.
Bryson Daly's their quarterback.
Okay, so Noah Short, though, for Army, averaging 13 yards a carry, but he's got 344 in the year. A.J. Turner, 12 yards a carry, he's got 378. Evan Pryor, 239 yards, he's averaging 10.3. And then Ashton Genty, 845 yards, 10 yards a carry, 13 touchdowns on the ground. Second place is, Dylan Sampson has 10 for Tennessee. Wow, that's crazy. I see why Ashton is 4th in the Heisman voting right now. Jake, is Horvath officially, are you willing to make it official? Is he your meathead quarterback?
I think so.
I can't find anybody else that should beat him out.
No, I think we can go ahead and place him in that spot.
There you go.
He's throwing the ball. He's running the ball. Service Academy. I mean, he's got all the things going his way right now.
Pretty absurd tweet put in the group chat by our girl Alondra. DeMar Hamlin died the same day that Cam Rising tore his ACL. And DeMar Hamlin has played in more games since that day than has Cam Rising. That is hard to wrap your head around.
Well, I mean, DeMar didn't hurt his knee, knee's tough to come back from, guys. Chill. All right? I think y'all are downplaying Cam Rising.
I mean, I don't get why it took so long to come back from an ACL. I don't understand. I've come back from an ACL myself. And quarterback is a position that, no disrespect, is one of the more ACL-friendly positions, right? Oh, who was that NFL player last week that played the whole game with a torn ACL, or like a whole half? Did y'all see that?
I did not. I know.
Random white linebacker, of course, just out here trying to keep a roster spot at all costs. He played like an entire half with a torn ACL and actually played well.
I tell the story all the time. Phillip played in an AFC championship game without an ACL in New England in the cold.
Legend, almost as legendary as Central Plumbing. Go to centralplumbing.org, 925-8552. 50 years of plumbing experience, guys, that you're taking advantage of. So I don't care if you got old house, new house, red house, blue house. If anything goes wrong with your poo house, you call Central Plumbing. That number is 925-8552. Flat rate pricing, great warranty coverage. People coming in your home are licensed, bond insured. They send you information ahead of time about who's coming into your home as well. Central Plumbing is the best, your one-stop plumbing shop. Hit them up, centralplumbing.org. All right. Coming up, let's do a little Ask the Bench here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
Get Gordon and get it done. Shout out to Will Campbell, the first member of the football team to be on the G team this season. You follow Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys at Get Gordon on social media, and it's great. There's a video of Gordon rocking the Will Campbell all-white suit as he welcomes him to the G team. But remember, the main thing is you get in an accident, you need somebody who's going to stand up for you to the big insurance companies, get you what you deserve. That's Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. Get Gordon, get it done today.
Go to that website. You can do it all, and we say it all the time. Like anything you want to get done, ask a question, see what they can do for you in the courtroom. At Get Gordon, always going to be the handle in all major social media. See what they're doing in the community. So many different things going on there throughout the state of Louisiana with your favorite athletes. You can always pick up the phone. Remember, your area code in Louisiana, no matter where you're at, North Louisiana, in the Alexandria area, South Louisiana, Southwest, Southeast, does not matter. Put your area code, followed by 888-8888. Get Gordon and get it done. GetGordon.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Jerry and Benny Payne began Central Plumbing Company out of their driveway in Tanglewood subdivision. 50 years later and 4 generations down the road, we continue to serve Baton Rouge and the surrounding areas for all of their plumbing needs. Residential, commercial, industrial, or hospitality, Central Plumbing is here 24/7, 365.
We want to thank our customers, family, and friends for 50 years of
Welcome back to Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
All right, real quick for Ask the Bench, time for a Tay-Tay NFL story of the day.
Oh, okay.
It's time for Tay-Tay's NFL story of the day. Your daily dose of NFL news from Taylor Sharp.
It's nothing we love more than injuries, right, guys? I mean, we were just talking about the Cam Rising versus Damar Hamlin, who had a tougher road back. I argued that rehab for Cam Rising, probably actually a little harder.
Yeah. Ligament damage, you know.
They were talking about Christian McCaffrey being out a couple months. Guys, I don't think he's playing all year. Yesterday, Kyle Shanahan said he actually has Achilles tendonitis in both of his legs, not just one.
What?
So he has it in his right leg and his left leg. He said that, according to Adam Schefter, he said that the condition is more concentrated in his right leg, which is what they initially thought, but he actually is suffering it in both. They don't know that did he get tendonitis in both legs at the same time, or did he get it over time in that second leg? They already said he was going to be out a couple months. He went to Germany, and that was just with the one leg. Now it's kind of flared up in the other as well, so it doesn't look good for him.
The Germans should do what they were doing to Hitler and just like pump him full of animal hormones and crystal meth.
So here's the question, though. He goes to Germany. He comes back. Did they mess up his other Achilles intentionally?
Ooh.
Classic Germany.
Because, we didn't find that out till he got back.
Germany hates San Francisco.
I mean,
I've always said it.
They might.
Yeah, I mean, look, a thoroughly depressing Tay NFL story of the day.
It's not really depressing unless you're a
crazy that
49ers
McCaffrey
fan.
is back in this position again. Ask the Bench, brought to you by Cole Kurtz Light Vizzy Art Seltzer, Blue Moon, Light Sky, Citrus Sweet. What's the best T-Bob opposite name? I submit S-Weave B-Wolf.
Weston Branch is my fave.
Oh, he's even like an opposite of like my name, like Bob and Weave, like S-Bob. I see what he's doing now. No, but yeah, Weston Branch for Easton Stick, and then mine or Banana Black are my personal favorites.
Yeah,
Some of
those
your
are good
best work.
ones. Yeah.
Can the OTB crew dress up as the Breakfast Club for Halloween? We already did that.
Didn't we have an idea for one too?
No, y'all did. I wouldn't hear.
Yeah,
it
that was
for
pretty. That was
okay.
pretty.
Yeah, we did have an idea. What was
We
it?
did, but I
Pulp
just realized
Fiction,
I'm
I
going to be
think.
out of town this year, so we got to do a week early if we want to do it.
Okay.
Oh.
I think it was Pulp Fiction.
Ask the Bench, going to Saints Chiefs this weekend. There for 7 meals. How many should be barbecue? 4, at least. I would think at least. I don't know. Because, you're going to want to try every different meat, right?
Where's
3,
the game?
2 dinners, and then a lunch barbecue.
Okay.
Is Kansas City like a barbecue thing?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Casey Barbecue's up there with Texas and
Memphis.
I'll be the judge of
Memphis
that.
and everybody else. Spoiler alert, you're going to choose Texas. I mean, come on, get the hell out of here. Ask the Bench.
I mean, I don't make the rules. If it's the best, it's the best.
Wait, what?
Best quarterback tight end combo. Brady Gronk, Rivers Gates, Mahomes, Kelsey, Breeze Graham. Which one?
Brady Gronk for me.
Yeah. I think that's objectively the answer.
I mean, Mahomes, Kelsey's right there with him.
Rivers Gates. We do have some breaking news in college
Hit me with it.
athletics.
Let's go.
The Gonzaga Bulldogs are going to move
The Pac-12.
to the Pac-12.
How about this? Sacramento State, in an effort to convince the Pac-12 to let him join, Jake, did you see this? Sacramento State
raised
secured
$25 million.
$35 million in NIL money. $35 million NIL.
Dude, Gonzaga in the Pac-12 may bring some power in 3 sports, women's and men's basketball, and then baseball as well. I mean, obviously they don't have a football team, but
That's the bitch. I wonder what all those people are thinking now who legit thought DeMar Hamlin actually died and was replaced by a body double when he was in the owner's suite.
Wait, he wasn't?
That was a funny day. I forgot about that.
I mean, the body double's the one that's playing.
Oh, he's good.
The body
He is
double?
good.
He's
He
good.
might be
It's
better than
like-
DeMar.
It's like
DeMar was a fringe roster guy before that happened.
It's like how Paul McCartney died and they replaced him with Fake Paul forever ago, and Fake Paul's pretty good at music.
Who else they say that
Avril
about? Avril
Lavigne.
Lavigne, yeah.
But
but
she's
New Avril sucks at
actually,
music.
yeah.
We haven't seen her anywhere. Ask the Bench.
I mean, Elvis is the most classic of.
Could you imagine? They're like, we
But
wasted
Elvis
this on
didn't die,
Avril.
though. These guys died and got replaced. Elvis is still alive. He just retired. Today's been named the official Taco Day by Taco Bell. What other tacos? What's the best Taco Bell taco? Just a soft taco.
Yeah. Soft beef taco.
Yeah.
A chalupa.
Is that a taco? Is it chalupa a taco?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a form of a taco, right?
Yeah. It's a protein in a tortilla. Like a flatbread tortilla.
Ask the Bench, if the Saints make the playoffs, should T-Bob and Yam Live have to do their punishments together?
What What's his?
What is his?
Oh, his
Derek Carr's fading back. He's
I know.
He's
Car
getting
broke down.
If the Saints end up being good, I'm live has to drink the gutter water outside of Visions.
Okay.
Which is
There's worse punishments there.
Like
That's,
there's
yes, there is.
Cutting off your manhood.
Ugh.
Off the bench.
Like you're trying to do.
Taylor, you crazy. There's not worse.
I would rather.
punishments than
I'd rather do that than your punishment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You
just
guys
go,
just
nope,
aren't
nope,
freaky
nope,
enough.
nope. Yeah, that's it.
Apparently.
Go to the Queen. That's what they're going to call me after Derek fails me. The Queen of Baton Rouge. But before I become the Queen,
Okay.
the actual Queen is awesome. They've remade it top to bottom. It's the DraftKings Sportsbook is so much fun to watch a game in. Remember, we're giving away golf balls, a stainless steel shaker set. We got canvas duffels, golf towels given away from DraftKings next watch party. But look, you want cash in, cash out. You want to be able to get delicious food, great drinks, go play your favorite casino games. Go check out the newly renovated Queen of Baton Rouge. It will blow you away, guys. The Parlay Payday at the Queen.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, hardy plank, and vinyl siding. But our number one product is always customer satisfaction. Visit us online at reliefwindows.com.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktail. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial properties, so retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire